We're always in our clubhouse getting high. Super fuckers! Everybody wishes we would die. Super fuckers! Here we come like a bomb. Everybody fucking run and hide.
Hey, it's the Pizza Party Podcast. Who are you people?
Oh, hey, it's Jim.
It's me, Xing Shang Chong, from my new hit movie, Rush Hour 5.
Oh, shit.
Rocket, Eddie Murphy.
Ah, shit, I can't wait to see that. Yeah, I'm Ace.
Yeah, we have someone else here. It's Ace. He's replacing Nolan. Nolan broke his non-disclosure agreement, and he won't be seeing us for a while until next week.
Didn't you, put him in the forest somewhere where a whole bunch of angry fans are chasing him now?
Oh, yeah, well, Nolan actually sent us a message. We sent him out into the forest with a bunch of his fans, and he had this audio clip.
Oh my god. Okay. I think I lost them. I'm sorry, guys. I couldn't make it onto the podcast. Oh, fuck. They're coming back. Shit.
I can't play the audio clip. I have my headphones on, so pretend you heard it, and it's pretty messed up. Yeah.
Man, Nolan's on a big adventure, all right. Nolan's big gay adventure.
I hope Nolan's okay in the woods.
I hope he's fucking dead.
So who are you, AceHero?
Yeah, AceHero on Tumblr or Ace the Whim Rider on YouTube. I create the abridged parody Beyblade Metalment, which you are a frequent member on, Pan.
Not really, because I think I was on there for like 2 times, I think.
No, you've been on like every episode.
Have I?
Yeah, there's only 5 episodes. Like you're the announcer guy. He's like, oh hey, last time on Metalment.
I swear you only had me record like 3 times ever.
No, I got all of them, but like you rarely hear from me afterwards. But you're like every episode, beginning of it.
Yeah, that's him. We'll link to his stuff in the description.
Yeah.
But anyway, the next video is gonna be, did you know Aqua Teen Hunger Force? Yeah. Also, if anyone has any money to donate, please donate to my Tsundere friend, like I said last week, because she was in a car accident and
he lost one eye. It was really serious.
No.
No, but donate if you have some money, because medical stuff is serious in America.
I'm gonna give her the Patreon money and whatever.
Fucking do it.
Get well Tsundere.
That's very nice of you, Pam.
So anyway, let's get into the news.
That's my news thing that I do now.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Chief of Police.
Citizens of Leonardo, like the mayor, I too was on my way to a costume party. But interestingly enough, not the same costume party. I'm able to remove my costume, but I've decided to wear it as a protection against the outbreak. That concludes my opening remarks. I will now take your questions about the virus.
Who are you supposed to be?
I'm Big Mac, the beloved constable and best friend of Ronald McDonald. Now, about the virus.
Will this administration ever bring the Hamburglar to justice?
No. Yes. Look, does anyone have a question about the deadly virus that could kill us all?
Could the virus kill the Grimace?
Nothing can kill the Grimace.
Okay, so the news. The McDonald's Hamburglar. You guys know the Hamburglar?
Wait, he's been caught?
They finally got him.
Oh my god, it's been years. You know what? I've had so many hamburgers stolen by him, so this is actually a little emotional for me.
Well, this is weird. The Hamburglar didn't steal my burgers. He just slapped the burgers out of my hand and just...
Oh, no, he would steal from me? Wait, do you remember... Wait, before you tell me what this news is, do you remember that Clerks cartoon? And he's like, nothing can stop the Grimace.
Oh yeah, like there's a big story behind what happened when they were making that scene. Like,
I've heard it, but it was like 10 years ago. What's the story? Sorry.
Basically, what happened was since it was on TV, they needed to get approval to use the characters. They needed to get approval for that scene, and like the McDonald's Corporation was like, yeah, we feel this paints the Grimace in a monstrous light. You know the Grimace is that purple thing from McDonald's? The big purple lug.
Yeah, they use Grimaces to make their chicken McNuggets available now.
Does Grimace still do stuff? Is he still around, or?
I think he's unemployed now.
Does McDonald's do stuff?
I don't think so, but the way they got allowed to make that joke is they convinced McDonald's saying this doesn't make Grimace sound monstrous, it makes them sound powerful and indestructible. So that's how they reason with the McDonald's to allow them to say that. People had to fucking fight to get that Grimace joke in there.
You know what? I'm glad people fight the good fight, because that's the good fight.
But I'm glad the Hamburglars caught. Like, we got Bin Laden, we got the Hamburglar. Like, now next we need to get the Noid.
Did you see Obama's press conference when they caught the Hamburglar? He was really reserved, and I thought it shows how good of a president he was, because Bush refused to catch the Hamburglar for years.
Why did it take him longer to catch the Hamburglar, but we caught Bin Laden so much faster? What?
You know what? It's attitudes like that hold America back. The Hamburglar is hard to catch. He had a secret location he was living in, stealing hamburgers. Some say he stole from Wendy's. That's not been confirmed.
Every time when we put like handcuffs on him, he's so greasy, he just slips right out.
Yeah, that's why they never caught him. They're like, he's always eating hamburgers. He actually washes his hands and then dries them with hamburgers. Oh. He's stolen so many hamburgers. He's like Scrooge McDuck, except instead of coins, it's hamburgers.
He doesn't use paper towels. He uses like hamburger patties.
He actually uses hamburgers to make a plate to eat hamburgers on them.
Okay,
I don't think that makes sense, but he does it. That's how he's insane.
The only way we actually caught him was because he was so obese by eating all those hamburgers. He was really slow.
He had nowhere to run.
They finally caught him. They caught him at 0 dark 30 o'clock, I think.
But okay, the real news is that Hamburglar got a redesign, and he's no longer.
Now he's in the new Splatoon game.
Yeah, he has that mask on. He looks like a Splatoon character. If you go back to it,
he's a kid. He's a squid. He's a hamburger.
Yeah.
Oh god. Yeah.
So now instead of looking like this cartoon character, they made him into a human being. He looks like someone's chemistry teacher or whatever.
Oh, yeah, now he looks like a French villain from a silent movie. I saw that.
Yeah.
He's like gonna tie your girlfriend to the railroad tracks and then steal your burgers. He's crafty.
This was a necessary redesign for the Hamburglar.
You know, he needed a new image after Obama publicly arrested him, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he was embarrassed.
They said something about it being like, I don't know, wanted him to look like a dad or something. Which I'll include a picture of the Hamburglar.
Whoa.
Wait. They wanted
the Hamburglar Walter White for Breaking Bad?
No, they wanted him to look like a dad.
Wait, if they wanted him to look like a dad, what does that say about the kids of America?
I mean, I wish Nicholas was here. She would explain this whole daddy roleplay thing.
I'm kind of expecting that maybe he in this whole thing he hooked up with the girl from Wendy's, and now they have like 2 new kids now, little tater tots to kind of now they have a whole family thing going on.
Wait, do you mean the spokesperson or the actual woman who Wendy's is named after?
The cartoon girl.
Okay, because Wendy's is named after a real person.
I know, but
her name is actually Samantha, which is a little weird.
This reminds me when they redesigned the Chuck E. Cheese mascot.
Oh yeah,
I remember that.
The old one. The old one gave me nightmares.
I mean, like people were like,
do you remember the?
He looks very early 2000s now, and I think he's voiced by someone by Bowling for Soup, I believe.
Yeah, he's voiced by the lead singer of Bowling for Soup, Jarrett Reddick.
Yeah,
big fan.
And he does dress like it's the early 2000s, and people were like saying this is a hideous redesign, but I'm like, did you see what Chuck E. Cheese looks like? He never looked good.
The original one was better, Pan. Yeah. The original one gave me nightmares and made me poop myself, and I had to sleep in my parents' bed for a week.
I mean, maybe they can bring back.
That sounds like the worst 8th birthday ever.
They can bring back the old Chuck E. Cheese. I mean, like Five Nights at Freddy's, popular. Like they can like grease them up.
No, I went to Chuck E. Cheese. The animatronics there, I went to Chuck E. Cheese. They're still just as creepy as ever. Even like they gave them redesigns and everything. Those things are still freaky. I don't know how anyone ever thought those were a good idea.
I can't believe it's 2015 and there's still like these Chuck E. Cheese places with these animatronics there.
Yeah, they still have them.
Yeah, where's the CG? Am I right, fellas?
But you can't go in unless you have a kid with you. Since I've been told that many times. You can't just hang out in the ball pit. I'm not doing anything weird. I just want to eat pizza in a ball pit.
Oh my god, I remember this one time my real life friend was like went to a Chuck E. Cheese, and I think they were 17 at the time, and I don't know, like they went in there with their older sister, I think, I guess, and like little kids can't enter unless they're supervised. And the sister had to leave, but since my friend was 17 and she was alone, like she could take care of herself and whatever. She wasn't allowed to leave. She was trapped in there.
Whoa.
Their older sister had to drive back and pick them up themselves.
Oh jeez. I kind of miss the pizza. Sometimes I want to go in and be like, look, I won't come in and I'll totally pay for it. Just I'll wait here outside of the location. Just make me a pizza. I'll take it to go. But every time they're like, your demands are crazy. We're calling mall security. So
I have a genius idea, Jem. Dress up one of your cats as a little kid and then like walk in there. It's the perfect plan.
That is a good idea. I like that idea.
My two nieces, they are kind of mad at me because I keep having to take them back there. Just, I can kind of, play in the ball pit for a while. And then, like, when they start crying, it's not because they want to, play. They want to leave. My nieces, I can't do anything fun with them anymore because I'm the one who gets them in trouble.
Another hour in the ball pit.
Yeah, I can't believe Jim went to DashCon.
Oh yeah, remember when we broadcasted live from DashCon? That was classic.
Remember the dead body in the ball pit?
Wait, is DashCon the convention for people who like Dash from The Incredibles?
No.
No, it's people who like Dash from Danny Phantom.
No, who the fuck is Dash from Danny Phantom?
Google it.
Oh, right, isn't that the...
Is Danny Phantom anymore?
The bully guy?
Yeah.
When I heard of DashCon, I thought it was about Rainbow Dash. I thought it was a pony convention, but it's actually just for Tumblr, the convention.
It's just an empty arena with like one little ball pit, and that's it. Really.
Pretty much. Oh, but hey,
me, Pan, and Nolan went there. It was something.
There was still hope for Tumblr University. We're gonna learn.
I got rejected. I got rejected.
Oh really?
Yeah, I flunked out.
Oh. I'm in my sophomore year. I'm majoring in reblogs.
Lesson 1: don't add any stupid messages on there that don't belong. Like, LOL, this is so funny.
Oh well, you should take tagging, the art of tagging, and then some people like there was like a whole month on. Should you just do 5 tags even though the other tags are still kind of searchable and people might find them? That was an intense class. I don't really want to get into all the minutia behind it, but
I was only in it for the fandom classes.
Gotta learn about my super hula.
Homestuck, man.
Yeah, I dropped Doctor Who class.
Oh man, for some reason, people won't believe me on this, but for some reason in America, Doctor Who is playing on Disney XD, the 10th Doctor.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, oh no, I heard that they signed that deal a couple.
Weird.
I have no idea. Like this was I don't think this is a kid show, is it? I mean, it wasn't like the 50s.
I mean, it was originally made as a kid show.
Yeah, it was originally like this educational show, and
well, it was always kind of a sci-fi show, but they said it was a kids' educational show. But it is weird that it's on because it's on the Sci-Fi Channel, PBS, BBC America, and now Disney XD. It's like look, Doctor Who's cool, but like one channel is enough. Like, come on.
A new generation of Whovians.
Hey. Remember when Disney XD got Naruto?
Oh my, I remember that. Oh god. Naruto Shippuden, that's what it was.
Yep.
Oh no.
And for the longest time when Toonami came back, they couldn't air it because Disney just held the rights even though they stopped playing it.
Yeah, but eventually Toonami got back, like Dragon Ball Z, because Nicktoons owned the rights to Dragon Ball Z for TV distribution.
And they only played GT.
Oh right, they played GT. Oh hey, news! Another news.
Wait, hold on. I have one more thing to say about the HamBurglar redesign. Thank God they didn't go with the gangster redesign or something.
Oh no, this is the 90s.
Yeah, what was the 90s design?
Like at the 90s, Bugs Bunny and Michael Jordan were making product tie-ins together, and there was all these all these T-shirts with them dressed as gangsters, the Looney Tunes, all tattooed up and whatever.
Well, do you remember the McDonald's redesign where they took Ronald McDonald and he looked like he was like Our Real Monsters or something?
Oh no, those animated episodes that they I think gave out for free on kids' meals.
They gave you a full VHS.
Yeah.
What was the deal with that?
I don't know. It was.
I actually remember that.
It was by Clatzy Supo, the ones who made Rugrats and stuff, and Rocket Power and All Real Monsters.
Oh, Ken would have loved to hear that.
Yikes!
Wait, Nolan. I meant to say Nolan.
No.
Oh, no. I want to make fun of Ken too. Can I make fun of Ken?
You're not paid enough.
Although I heard like some of those episodes are actually lost and really hard to find.
I actually remember my neighbor from the old house I used to live in years back had one of those VHSs, and we watched it a few times. Like, I don't know why we found it so enticing.
Ugh.
We just did. It was weird.
But hey, other news. The Ratchet and Clank film, the one based on the video game, is finally getting a release date and a distributor. Like the ones who made Paranorman, Coraline, they're going to distribute the movie. They're not going to make the movie. This is a CGI movie, and it's going to be released on April 29th, 2006. I mean, 2016.
What?
Whoa, it's getting released in the past? Whoa, studios are getting crafty. They're like, let's just release this 10 years ago.
Hey, remember that Ratchet and Clank movie?
Yeah, the CGI one. So,
what is Ratchet and Clank?
Ratchet and Clank is a video game on PlayStation where this
What's a PlayStation?
I think it's whatever.
Isn't the podcast about cartoons?
It's a cat or something. I don't know. Isn't
it's
he like
a
the same
furry.
thing as what's Timon and Pumbaa? What's Timon? What animal?
Meerkat.
A meerkat. Yeah, I think he's a I think Ratchet's a meerkat, and they have all these devices, and it's a platformer, and they jump around and use all these weird, crazy inventions to fight monsters. I think and rail grind or whatever. I don't know. I never played it.
Maybe they skate around and tag walls with spray paint.
No, I wish. This isn't Jet Set Radio or Sunset Overdrive. But so if this movie's coming out, then hopefully that Sly Cooper movie that they announced will be coming out soon. Then also,
what is Sly Cooper?
It's some raccoon that steals stuff and he's an asshole. Hey,
regular show.
Jim doesn't play video games.
In other release news, Bojack Horseman, the Netflix exclusive cartoon sitcoms thingy, is going to be released on July 17th on Netflix.
Ooh.
It's going to be even unfunnier than ever.
Shut the fuck up, Ken.
It's not funny.
Ken hates Bojack Horseman.
Oh, really?
It's not funny.
I've only watched one. It was okay, but I wanted to watch the rest of them.
Yeah.
People were noting that BoJack Horseman isn't the idea that he was on a crappy sitcom in the 90s, right?
Yeah.
And isn't the sitcom kind of supposed to be like Full House?
Pretty much.
And so now Netflix not only has a show making fun of Full House, but also has the Full House sequel.
Oh, maybe there'll be like some sort of crossover thing.
I so hope so.
Oh, Jesus. Fuller House.
I hope Full House crossover with the Avengers, so that'll be great. Wait, is Full House on Disney? I don't know.
No, it never was.
No, they own it because they own ABC, so they could.
But isn't Full House currently being played on Nick at Night?
The reruns. I'm sure they can do new stuff.
Kind of hope for a crossover. Some guy walks in with one of those horse masks, kind of drunk and pees on our couch.
And then they could be like, Uncle Joey.
The laziest possible crossover is just Will Arnett in a horse mask, and that's it.
Yes.
Also, let's see, what other news do we have? Oh, did anyone see the trailer to JEM and the Holograms?
The biggest record company in the world wants to sign us.
You're gonna be famous! Who wants to walk on water?
Welcome to Starlight Enterprises.
This is Rio.
Hi, girls.
If you got young blood, it's the party.
All the web's been talking about is JEM.
JEM and her band of sisters revealing a whole new look.
Oh,
yeah.
No.
Okay, let me explain JEM and the Holograms.
It's such a bad trailer.
Okay.
I'm so...
It's this... JEM and the Holograms is this 80s cartoon, and it's kind of like a soap opera of this singer, and she has and her bandmates are these holograms that don't exist. They're just computers, and...
Wait, what?
So
that's not the... Hold on.
I don't know what it's about.
I do know what JEM is about. JEM is about an amazing woman named Jerrica whatever her last name is, and she is amazing and runs an orphanage, and there's all these orphans there, and she needs to save them and use the money from her father's company, Starlight Music. But then she discovers her dad has a futuristic computer called Synergy, who would transfer her and her friends of all of different minorities, because I don't know. And so there was like an Asian friend, a white friend, and a black friend. That's how, I don't know. It's the 80s. So anyway,
so Jim must use the power of rock and roll to defeat the evil Robotnik Empire. No,
they defeated the Misfits, which is not the Misfits with Danzig. It's a different Misfits, which is confusing. But my dream Gem episode is when the Misfits with Danzig fought the Misfits from Gem, but that never happened. Yeah. But anyway, yeah, that's the premise. Is it's a girl who transforms by a computer into a rock star, and no one knows that they're the same person. Like, no one figures it out.
And the movie that's coming out in theaters has nothing to do with any of that.
Yeah.
Nope. The Misfits aren't even in it.
I mean, it's your typical, like, hey, girl gets discovered on YouTube and then she gets famous, but then her fame makes her neglect her friends and stuff.
It's basically just watching Justin Bieber's movie again.
I don't get why they would make a movie with brand recognition and then totally not acknowledge the brand that they're using for recognition. That doesn't make any sense.
I barely watch any episodes of Gem, but when I saw that trailer, even I felt insulted at what I saw.
I mean, they wouldn't let the original creators have anything to do with it. Like, they just really cut everything out. I don't know. I did watch Gem, and I watched Gem recently a few years ago, and it's a silly show, and the songs are very 80s and stuff. But it's like, why not do the show that everybody liked? I think people were kind of down for that, and this is like they want to appeal to teenagers, but like teenagers don't know who Gem is, so I'm not exactly sure what their reasoning is. Like a girl who's 14 doesn't care about Gem, you know, but I'm a older dork who's sitting on a podcast.
And you're a white gentleman in America.
And like, I'm the person who watched Gem, so like, why aren't you trying to appeal to the people who are fans of it? Why appeal to the people? Why not call it like Jerkface and the Stupids, and people watch that? Like, why call it Gem and the Holograms? That's what I don't get. I would see Jerkface and the Stupids. I think most people would see Jerkface and the Stupids. That's a great band name.
Yeah.
I'm gonna steal that.
I don't know what happened. It's like Josie and the Pussycats, the movie, except without the self-awareness.
Remember
that was the whole, that worked. Oh god, Battleship. Well, that's Hasbro also. Same studio.
They try to make fucking Michael Bay's Battleship without Michael Bay, essentially.
That was such a bad movie.
Oh, they were desperate.
It was.
Oh god! Like, I thought that should like send a message to them saying like, yeah, maybe making a board game into a movie is a bad idea. And
yeah, but Ouija did well, so they're probably like, oh fuck that. Ouija, they're making a sequel.
Sorry,
this ain't your mama's board game.
And then I heard they wanted to make a Hungry Hungry Hippos movie. I'm not even joking. I am not joking about that. And a Monopoly.
Yeah, but
sorry.
But they're gonna totally change it, and it's gonna be a documentary examination on the starvation of hippos.
And and in the Monopoly movie, they're gonna talk about how the Monopoly man got in prison.
Whoa!
What
the fuck?
Whoa! That was dark.
What the
dude, come on,
cracked up, man.
I know.
Fuck.
Man, you're docking around here.
Yeah, but they are gonna make that Monopoly movie, and isn't it by like some big ass director?
Oh, I thought like Ridley Scott was going to be involved, but I don't want any one director to have a monopoly on the Monopoly movie.
I mean, I forget who, but the studio described the Monopoly movie as a Goonies-esque family adventure.
That doesn't sound like Monopoly. Oh my god.
What does this have to do with fucking Goonies?
It sounds like Monopoly is depression and hating your friends.
Yeah. unless he pushes one of them off Boardwalk, you know, I ain't seen the movie.
Like, the only good board game movie was Jumanji and Zathura.
I'll agree with you on Jumanji. Zathura sucks.
Ow.
I didn't didn't see Zathura, so I don't know.
I had to watch it so many times.
Zathura was this spiritual sequel to Jumanji by the same director, I think, but it's this time.
No, it was by Jon Favreau.
Oh, wasn't like based on a book, or I don't know.
It's like the book sequel to. I don't know enough about Zathura. I just know that it was Jon Favreau's movie before Iron Man.
Oh right, yeah.
Because then it bombed, and Marvel was like, "Oh, you're cheap now."
Oh, he showed them.
He's like, so I heard you had a big special effects movie that bombed. So, want to make Iron Man?
Hey, Zathura. Kristen Stewart was in there.
Oh, yeah.
You know, she had more than 3 emotions in there.
And she wanted to fuck her brother.
3, like, oh my god, yeah, that's a spoiler.
Wait, what?
Okay, well, I don't know. She wanted to fuck.
Now I don't. I want to see Zathura even less than I already didn't. I don't know.
Like Judge, don't they have incest implications?
We'll see. But like if you check on the cover to like the new Blu-ray edition of Zathura, it says it features Kristen Stewart, has over 3 emotions.
Does it say that?
Wait, does it really say that on the back of the box?
I was just surprised. I was like, well, I'm not going to look on the back of Zathura, so I'll just take his word for it.
It was a good movie. She did a good job in there. It's just the Twilight movies are poorly acted garbage that she can't. There's no emotions to express on there.
She won that acting award, that French acting award that no American actor has won since the 70s or something. So it was like a big deal that she won it. So, you know, maybe I didn't see that movie though, so.
Yeah.
Hey, I won an acting award too.
On what? The school play?
I'm behind the voice actors. I was just literally there and said, "Hey, fuckers," and they gave me a Cowboy Bebop poster.
What?
I'm not even lying.
What happened?
I went on the Behind the Voice Actors. It's a great website for anyone who is interested in becoming a voice actor or you want to learn about other voice actors. And every month or so, they have a Show Your Voice competition. And you know, local or up-and-coming voice actors get it. I won one month, and they gave me a $20 Amazon gift card, or they would buy something for me. So I just said, give me that, and I made them buy me a Cowboy Bebop poster.
Yeah. What's on the poster exactly?
It's it kind of looks like a soft transition picture of all 4 of the main cast and the dog, just kind of standing around, smoking, just looking kind of chill. Mm-hmm. I'm going to get Spike, I'm going to get Steve Bloom to sign it because he's coming to MechaCon. That's New Orleans Comic-Con.
Yeah.
In July.
Other news.
Big news. The Simpsons, Harry Shearer is quitting. And you don't know the name, but Harry Shearer does the voice of Otto, Ned Flanders, Mr. Smithers, Scratchy, Mr. Burns, Reverend Lovejoy, Dr. Hibbert, Skinner, Lenny, Ken Brockman, Kang the Alien, Eddie the Cop, Rainier Wolfcastle, and a bunch of others.
Holy fuck.
Yeah.
Okay, next news article.
So we're going to have to kill off a bunch of Simpsons characters.
We're going to need more t-shirts.
Get the t-shirt cannon.
They're saying they might get Tom Kenny.
Look at what voice he can do. He can replace.
He can do a SpongeBob impersonation of a SpongeBob impersonator, and then they just, you know, give him a Bible.
Like people, I want you all to look up Tom Kenny on Google and tell me that is not the whitest man you have ever seen. He's classic 50s white.
Yes.
Like he kind of looks like someone who would just say "Gee Willikers" unironically.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, Tom Kenny, the voice of SpongeBob, Ice King, a bunch of others.
I imagine it'd be that guy with the plaid shirt on all the time, and his pants hucked up really tight, and if you walk by him, he'll just kind of like stop you and be like, "Hey, neighbor!" Like just like walk up to you like you're minding your own business on your iPod. All of a sudden, he's like, "Hey, neighbor, how you doing?" Like I've had nightmares about it.
He can be Ned Flanders.
But Harry, for a while, 20th Century Fox was like, kept saying like, you know, we didn't actually finish negotiating, so we're still open to like making a deal with him. But it sounded like, because Harry Shearer has a show in England and he's doing a play and he has a web show, like they were going to stop him from doing other work basically. And he said no. So maybe they might work it out. I think I'd be surprised if they don't. Like, they get someone else.
James L. Brooks, one of the producers, said on Twitter that he's still negotiating with Harry. But, I don't know, the reason Harry Shearer quit is because he wants to pursue other things besides The Simpsons, because he's been doing that for 25
years.
How long? 25 years?
Something like that.
84 years.
I mean, he had his soul in a bottle and he wants it back.
But he's really talented. He was in Spinal Tap and all the Christopher Guest movies, so...
Yeah.
Simpsons voice actors get paid a bunch. Like, they paid several million just for a season, so I'm sure he already has a bunch of money saved, so it's like, whatever the Fox offers him, it's like, well, another million that I'm never gonna spend.
Does it transfer over to England? Is it worth it out there? Or?
Does he get 12 England bucks? Pounds?
No, I think, well, he also, he was the one, anytime they had contract negotiations, he was always the most vocal. So I think that the rest of them were kind of like, yeah, whatever, we'll just sign this. And he's still fighting with Fox. So
yeah, whatever, man.
Because they don't work as the other, like Hank Azaria is the only one who works consistently other than him. Like, have you ever seen like the voice of Marge do anything recently, or you know, the voice of
Homer,
or like the voice of Bart, except for giving tons of money to Scientology? You know.
All right, wasn't there like something that
she's a major Scientologist?
Yeah, wasn't there going to be an episode where they make fun of Scientology, but like the voice said that she'd quit if they do?
Yeah, she like most of the money she gets from The Simpsons goes to Scientology, so she was like, absolutely not. And so they didn't do it.
If she did quit, they'll just get Tara Strong to do it.
Bart, don't you know Scientology is a scam? Homer, do something.
I mean, I wouldn't mind that this show, like, to me, it's like if they can't sign Harry Shearer, this is the beginning of the end. Like, they're not going to be able to go on much longer, which would be cool, but I still am like, I seriously doubt that this show would start, like, we would see episodes without him. Like, I don't think it'll go that far. But it's been like, what? This happened like 2 weeks ago at this point, and there still no one's heard anything, so maybe it will. But Harry Shearer has a reputation for having long negotiations and being kind of public about this, so I'm a little like, I don't know how seriously you can take it, you know? But you know, I would not mind The Simpsons ending, but I kept reading that Christmas special was written...
Family Guy
what?
I want Family Guy to be canceled first and then The Simpsons.
Well, I think we all want that, but that's not going to happen, you know. We'll get Ted 4 before that.
Well, hey, look, Cleveland Show is dead, American Dad almost got canceled until TBS picked it up, but, you know, it's getting there.
Cleveland Show got canceled.
Yeah.
So, but was 9/11 a conspiracy?
Seth MacFarlane's making a new comedy. Well, he's producing it. It's called Border Town, and it deals with a guy living in the Mexican border, just like me. Yeah, so I can relate to this.
I thought you said it was called Boner Town.
Boner Town.
Wow.
That's my favorite town, big bro.
Shut up.
Oh, no.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah. Hey, guys, it's me, Stephany. What's going on? Emily's twin.
I don't even know who this is right now.
Oh, come on. It's me.
I don't like this.
Oh, God. Oh, man. I don't even know what I'm doing anymore.
Dude, we ever?
What if Emily can replace Harry Shearer on The Simpsons?
No, then you would end The Simpsons.
Yeah, Emily's time. Like, you know what? Okay, do you guys remember the Poochie episode of The Simpsons?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so the story behind the Poochie episode is the Itchy and Scratch show adds a cool new character, Poochie, who loves skateboarding and rock and roll and stuff. But the inspiration to that episode is the Fox executives wanted to add like a roommate into the Simpsons house for like the rest of the series, just to spice things up, and the Simpsons crew were like, no, we're not doing that.
Yeah.
Oh, and they had that roommate in the episode. What was his name?
I don't remember. But they wanted like...
He was like, thanks, Mrs. S.
Yeah, because like that's kind of the problem with what people point out about The Simpsons is like there's not that many teenage or college-age characters, and that's how the inspiration for Mission Hill came about, because the people who made the show Mission Hill, we used to work on The Simpsons, and they wanted to make a show with college students.
If I was gonna watch anything made by Simpsons writers, I'd rather watch The Critic.
Oh, I don't. Were there Simpsons writers on there?
Yeah, two of the original Simpsons writers made that show.
Oh, okay, because
and they make references and even show The Simpsons. And in one episode of The Simpsons, Jay Sherman actually crossed over. So
that story about Matt Groening wanting nothing to do with The Critic.
Yeah.
I like that show.
No, I love that show. I have it on DVD. I used to tape it, and I'd have an episode guide. So I actually had tapes of all the Critic episodes, because I'd go through the episode guide and go, oh, I think season 2, episode 12 is airing today. I better record it.
Oh man, the horrible days when you had to record things on VHS.
Oh my god!
I mean, I was looking through some boxes, and I found like my cousin's like CDs that had bootlegs of Invader Zim and Cowboy Bebop episodes. Some of them still had commercials on what they were airing back then, and these were like these blank CDs on MP4. No wait, I think it was MOV formats.
Oh wow!
It's so primitive.
I don't even have an auxiliary cord in my car. I still burn my own CDs, man.
Yeah, The Simpsons are dead.
Thank God.
Yeah. Bart kills them all.
So who's ready for Border Town with Seth MacFarlane?
When does that come out?
I don't know.
Oh boy.
I'm sure we'll read about it during the TED 2 promotion.
I mean, it's like they didn't already have enough Mexican jokes, but, you know, hey, won't you take me to Border Town?
A show for me. Just what I need. So, hey, let's get into the topic.
What's the topic?
What is the topic? You don't tell us.
Okay, the topic today are fail or just in general pilots for animated TV shows. You know, what a pilot is the first episode of any TV show that's made. Whenever a TV show gets made, they only make one episode, and if the network like approves of it, they either say they want more episodes made of it, or they just reject it, and you just get this one episode floating online somewhere.
Thank you for telling me what a pilot is, or I would never know. Thanks, man.
Well, if it wasn't Pulp Fiction, like, not everyone knows these things, you know?
Oh, it wasn't Pulp Fiction.
Oh, man.
Yo, I'm so out of the loop, man. I'm still upset that Invader Zim stuff's not even being sold at Hot Topic anymore. No, I need to know these things.
I mean, yeah. I mean, like, well, they still sell, like, I saw one GER t-shirt and maybe, like, a GER bracelet, and that was it. That was all.
I mean, look, it was a good 15-year run. Come on.
There needs more Invader Zim. Like, the comics coming out, like, maybe that'll revitalize interest in Zim again.
Maybe they've just sold all of the merchandise and, you know. I mean, you have to get kids nowadays into it. Why don't you you should do a video about Invader Zim again, and then you'll get the kids into it.
I had so many GER t-shirts. I had one where, like, GER was, like, with Doctor Who, you know, and, like, GER was eating a muffin. That was that shirt. Oh, there was the one where GER trips, and there's words that say epic fail on there. That was classic. Like, all of the girls love that shirt.
I'm not sure if you're joking or not.
Hey, I don't think he is.
Yeah, me and Emily share a lot of our t-shirts, you know. It's totally normal. She just has a bunch of...
What does Stephany have?
Oh, I don't know.
Emily doesn't exist.
No, I exist. Come on.
You're just doing a voice. Your Emily voice is just a generic gay voice, to be honest. And you're just ripping off Morty from...
You know it'd be funny if you...
Fuck, I like chicks and I'm a girl.
Yeah, that's a gay... That's like a guy doing a gay voice.
No, I'm not.
I feel like one day I'm going to meet...
Shut up, Ken. Shut up, Ken. His sister's here.
Man,
be polite.
Yeah, what the fuck?
One day I'm going to meet Pan's family, and those are going to be the real voices, and I'm just going to be very confused. I'm just going to be looking around like, wait, is this real? And that's going to be the reral voices, and we'll all be proven wrong.
You're just going to wake up like tied to a chair in a family table like Texas Chainsaw with all this family.
Oh, Jesus. Texas Chainsaw. You do live in Texas, so.
Oh no.
He is the chosen Juan.
Wait, which every time someone brings up that movie in Texas, they always say is like, there's never been a recorded incident of a person dying from a chainsaw in Texas history.
I like that they say that, but then they look around like, just don't bring it up.
Like every Texas person has to disprove that. Like, no, it's not true. We don't.
That was like the thing. I read Harry Knowles, who lives in Austin, said that the thing about Texas Chainsaw is that my wife's family used to live in Texas, and sometimes you drive and there's like these vast, especially at night, there's these vast fields that are just dark, and you kind of have this feeling like somebody could just come out and grab you and like kill you or something. And he was saying like that's one of the reasons like Texas Chainsaw is so effective with anyone from Texas, because to them it feels like very real. And I was like, wow. But then when we were driving in that car, I was like, I totally feel like some guy with a chainsaw would come after me. So it's kind of natural.
You take a long trip through Texas, like from San Antonio to like the border area, like Rio Grande Valley, and it's just full of towns. It's like, who lives here? There's like 10 people in this town.
Yeah.
Like I drove past like this abandoned school, like on the way from San Antonio, and it's like,
geez, that sounds like a horror movie. I drove by an abandoned school.
I want to go in there. Like all the things are boarded up. Like the glass is shattered. There's an oil refinery there. Like it could be Silent Hill for all I know.
Pan, yeah. I will pay you $50 to go to that school and eat a burrito.
Why a burrito? I like.
Why a burrito?
I don't know. I like the burritos from Freebirds. That place is good.
Did you get paid to do that?
No.
Or was that for real?
I'm not a complete sellout.
Like you wrote it down. You're like get Freebirds into conversation during podcasts.
Yeah, they have such.
They're like that one scene from Wayne's World.
Hey guys, drink Snapple.
Freebirds, yeah, Kingsman.
If I ever see one, I will eat there.
But hey, pilots, animated pilots. So did you?
Oh well,
I can fly.
I want to talk about my favorite animated pilot. That's Porco Rosso.
Porco Rosso.
I also watched all of Tailspin and DuckTales. Those are my two other favorite animated pilots.
I should make another top 10 list of like animated pilots for like April Fools, and it's just like
animate
Star Fox, SWAT Cats, Porco Rosso,
Baloo from Tailspin. The duck from DuckTales. Yes. Oh my god!
Yeah, who's also
you could do the guy from The Wind Rises. You could half of them would be Miyazaki, wouldn't they? Just be top 10 anime. Oh, that's I like this idea for a top 10. You have to do it.
As long as King of the Hill.
What?
As long as King of the Hill is somewhere in that list.
King of the Hill. How's that a pilot?
Yeah, it's not a pilot.
I don't know.
What? Are you a pilot? Okay,
you're like one of those people who's like, as long as King of the Hill's in there.
Yeah, that's exactly right. That's not what I just said.
No, I'm just saying because yeah. Okay.
Sorry. You're like one of those guys.
You're like one of those guys who says that thing that you just did.
So does anyone have any like failed pilots they want to mention?
Yeah, actually, I got one.
What?
It's not King of the Hill. Shut up.
Well, King of the Hill's not failed, so
yeah. Well, actually, looking up some old cartoons from like What a Cartoon and stuff. This is actually funny, but I found a show called Captain. I think it's Captain Secure or something. It's like Captain Sturdy.
Captain Sturdy, yeah, that's what it was.
Capitán Durán en Los Originales.
But I couldn't find the English one, and I found one in Spanish, and it's labeled as Capitán Durán. And the whole thing is in Spanish, and I thought that was the show. I thought the joke was the whole thing was in Spanish.
No.
And its funny part is, it actually works in Spanish.
Yeah, I heard some people say the Spanish dubs to cartoons are sometimes superior. Like, I want to hear the Simpsons Spanish dub again, because I haven't heard it in so long.
Bueno, tiene todo el dinero del mundo, pero hay algo que no puede comprar.
¿Qué?
Un dinosaurio.
I want to hear how his dough sounds.
Oh, actually, funny story about Spanish dubs. I used to watch a show that was a cartoon, and it was on like one of my local channels, and it would only be in Spanish, and I got into it. And I was like 5, and my mom was like, thought it was really strange. But then there was a girl, like this teenage girl across the street who knew Spanish. So my mom was like, asked her to come over one day and translate the show for me. And for like a couple days, she'd come over, but it was like uncomfortable because you're like watching the show and like, oh, they're getting into the action. And she's like, They say they're excited. There's something. It was like not fun at all.
If you watch like a cartoon in Spanish, like whenever there's if it's a cartoon from America and they bring it over to Mexico, like there's always a guy. Like whenever they show a sign that's written in English, there's always this vague narrator that always reads it out loud.
Really?
Even if it's a show for adults, like you just see Quickie Mars as Mercado de Quickie or something.
That's very strange.
Yeah.
I know, it's just this ghostly voice that just appears just to read text. I don't know why they don't just subtitle it. Even if it's an adult show, when hopefully the adults can read it, like they don't subtitle it, they just read it out loud.
Yeah, but that would require reading. Nobody wants to do that. That combines us all that no one wants to read.
Yeah, so do you know what this Mexican show was, Jim?
Oh, it was actually a show. It wasn't a Mexican show, but it was a show that came out for some reason in the Baltimore area in Spanish first, but it was like Wheel Riders, or now I'm going to have to look it up.
JC and the Wheel Warriors.
Yes, it was. Yes, that's it. Jason the Wheeled Warriors.
It's sad that I know these. I don't know why I know these 80s cartoons too much.
Oh, it's actually a French... It's a French North American show. So why it was in Spanish first?
So Canadian.
I don't know. But yeah, I watched it in Spanish first, and then when it came and it was in English, that was too sellout for me, and I was 6 and I was kind of beyond it. So,
Yeah.
Once you get to be 6, you're not going to deal with the corporatization of animation. You're like,
I'm too mature for this.
Yeah, it's like I'm into punk now. I'm into stuff like Darkwing Duck. I can't be watching the American redub of Jace the Wheel. And then it was also weird because I was used to the Spanish voices, and I was like, I just felt like the voice cast was wrong, so I could never get into it after that. So to me, Jason the Wheeled Warriors is Spanish, and I couldn't understand it because I did not know Spanish. Not that I know it now, but I don't know Spanish.
So does anyone know any pilots? Ken, you have a pilot? Ken? Well, I guess Ken can go fuck himself.
What happened to Ken?
Let's see. Give me a second. Hold on 1 second.
Let me talk about one of my favorite pilots.
You remember that one pilot with the guy flying that airplane?
Let
me search up airplane pilot.
Oh, fuck up.
Yeah.
Oh,
well,
listen,
we could talk about
pilot or Steven. He was a good pilot.
Just fucking talk about a pilot. Let's talk about...
We could talk about Korgoth.
Korgoth.
Out of the frozen north, a man emerges. A man of a barbaric age, whose merciless savagery may be the only key to his survival. They call him Korgoth.
I love Korgoth.
Korgoth is essentially all these 80s Conan knockoffs, like He-Man and Thundar all put together, and also Heavy Metal magazine.
Yeah.
They like directly reference Frank Frazetta in the opening. There's like one of the shots is a famous Frank Frazetta Conan picture.
I mean, if you've seen that image of just a barbarian holding a sword up on top of a mountain, that's been parodied so many times in movie posters and whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll instantly recognize it.
But it's kind of like if you've ever seen the Ralph Bakshi movie Fire and Ice, but way more, even more awesome. It's such a cool. But apparently I read that it actually did well in with ratings and everything. It was actually a financial success the first episode, but it cost too much, so they didn't do it. But that's probably one of my biggest I guess Adult Swim fails is that they didn't get their shit together to make that show. I would love to watch 10 episodes of that.
Yeah, because it was too expensive, because at the very end it shows a Cartoon Network production, and even Genndy Tartakovsky, the creator of Samurai Jack and Dexter, is working on that thing.
And the storyboard artist for SpongeBob.
Yeah, it was created by a storyboard artist for SpongeBob. Aaron Springer, yes, that's what it was.
It was it's just so cool how violent it was, but also the animation was just like so well done.
Yeah.
It was just like really beautiful.
I know. I mean, was it a 30-minute pilot or?
It's like, I think it's 20, I think it keeps saying 22:43 on YouTube, but you can watch it on HD now. I mean, I'm just glad they made, if nothing else, that they made just the one, but it feels like it'd be like one of the most awesome shows ever, you know?
I think it's available in such a high quality because they actually put it in one of the DVDs on Adult Swim. And there was this...
Oh, really?
A while back, there was this DVD thing on Adult Swim. It was called Adult Swim in a Box, and you choose what you want to be put in there, like disc 1 of Squidbillies, a random pilot in here, and other stuff. It was a really strange promotion, but I kind of want that because they included pilots for there, and it would be cool to have some of these pilots in high quality.
Wait, so you could ask for like just a random disc of a certain season of a show?
I think that's how it works. Adult Swim in a Box.
Like, I want season 3 of season 7 of Squidbillies, or disc 3 of season 7 of Squidbillies.
I gotta look into how that worked. It was some DVD promotion.
We could have gotten Dexter's removal way easier then.
Nah.
Yeah, but the guy who made Korgoth, Aaron Springer, also made this other pilot, which I already talked about. Periwinkle Around the World. It was a silent cartoon, basically, with this platypus exploring vacation areas, and things always get fucked up.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, wait, Aaron Springer does the Mickey Mouse cartoons now?
Oh no, that's Paul Rudish. Maybe he works on that too. Hang on.
I think he works on them, but the thing I always thought, from the design of Korgoth, you think he'd work on Flapjack, but he didn't. Oh, yeah. He didn't work on Flapjack. Yeah, he works on Mickey Mouse. He's a writer, director, storyboard artist.
Yeah, and also on Wander Over Yonder.
Oh, and he was a director on Gravity Falls. I didn't know that.
But yeah, it does look like Flapjack the way it's drawn on Korgoth. I just love that grimy style.
Yeah, it's so like, I mean, the cool thing about heavy metal art was like it would just do all that extreme stuff that regular comics wouldn't. And that's the cool thing about Korgoth is like it has all the sex and the violence you'd expect from heavy metal. It's kind of I don't know, it's just like that was kind of fun to read. So it's fun to watch it as a cartoon. Yeah. So and it's just really good.
But it was too expensive, and also allegedly we couldn't handle more than one anyway.
Yeah, they should have really said our lawyers couldn't handle finding out a way to get this to work.
It should have just said, we're Adult Swim, we only have Flash cartoons, we can't afford this. What the fuck?
But like Rick and Morty doesn't look cheap, so like how do they...
That was made way later. But yeah, they have more expensive stuff now, like Black Dynamite, which that looks fucking expensive as hell, and I don't know how they afforded 2 seasons of that.
Yeah. Does Black Dynamite do... I don't know. I like the first season, but I kind of didn't like the second one as much.
Wasn't it made off of a live-action movie, or was it...
It's a parody of, like, blaxploitation with the guy from Spawn.
It's really weird that they would make an animated series out of this one film that really isn't that popular with mainstream audiences.
Oh, no, it's never... They played the movie once, but it wasn't, like... I think the show's better than the movie. I don't like... The movie's all right. But the show lets them do all these like crazy things that you couldn't otherwise do. But it is kind of a weird show. I guess it appeals to like, because Adult Swim wants to make more shows for like bigger demographics, and I guess it appeals to that. But I don't know many people who watch it anymore.
It's hard to go watch the movie after you've seen the TV show, because you'll notice the TV show recycles a lot of the jokes from the movie, so it's a little weird.
That's true. They got all the same voice cast though.
Yeah, I think most of them are back, not all.
Yeah. But I mainly watch it because I remember watching that Spawn movie over and over again. So I was like, oh hey, Spawn's back.
Speaking of dark pilots, you guys remember when I talked about bedtime stories? No, wait, dead time stories.
You don't believe in monsters, do you?
Yeah.
Okay, so it was this horror pilot, just of spooky stuff. It was just this little girl seeing what's going on in her neighbor's house when she hears weird noises. But I looked more into it, and it turns out it was by, who was that director for X-Men 2 and Superman Returns.
Bryan Singer?
Yeah, Bryan Singer made that pilot.
Whoa.
Like he produced it, or?
Yeah, he produced it, but because it failed, he later went on to make Trick or Treat, a horror anthology.
Huh.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I know he has a big production company. He made that show House.
Mm-hmm.
Like his production company made House. Like he has a good kind of side business, I guess, producing TV.
Huh.
Correction, it was Michael Dorothy who created the pilot. He's worked with Bryan Singer as a writer for X-Men 2 and Superman Returns.
But I guess he's decided to like use all his horror ideas on that movie Trick or Treat, which that's one of my favorite horror movies.
Yeah.
Which they didn't play that in like most theaters because I think it had to do because they killed kids in that movie. I don't know.
Wait, which movie?
Trick or Treat.
Oh.
Trick or Treat, or
it's R instead of or. The letter R.
I never saw that, but I've heard about it.
Yeah.
Oh, it's good?
It's an anthology movie. Well, I mean, the stories are all interconnected, but they're separate people in different perspectives. There's really no connections to the story.
Oh, they're Halloween related stories?
Oh yeah, like it reeks of Halloween. Like the aesthetic is completely Halloween.
Are they like they take place on Halloween, or are they just the aesthetic of the movie?
Oh, it takes place on Halloween, and it's everything. Like the whole color scheme is basically orange. And
because that's funny, because the third Halloween movie, they tried to make it. They tried to stop because they made the first two about Michael Myers. And then the third one was trying to be an anthology film about, like, each year they'd put out a Halloween movie and it'd be a different kind of horror story. And that was the idea with Halloween 3, but Halloween 3 bombed. So they went back to Michael Myers.
Yeah, they wanted to. They kind of screwed up by having two movies about Michael Myers, and everyone assumed this is about Michael Myers, right?
Yeah, I mean, other horror movies have tried to do the villainless movie, but it never works out. But it's kind of funny. Trick or Treat is basically like if Halloween 3 was successful, I guess.
Yeah,
it's like they
pretty much. That's what it is. Yeah, if anyone will watch Trick or Treat around Halloween because it has that ambience.
Maybe I should watch it. I always watch Halloween on Halloween, so maybe I'll watch Trick or Treat also.
Yeah, because I don't know. I prefer when a movie has that aesthetic of its holiday.
No, it's cool when. You should see. Oh, I've been wanting to tell you to see this for a while. Have you seen this movie, The Guest?
No.
It has like a goth girl in it. So every time I see it, I'm like, I need to tell Pan about this. But it takes place during Halloween. It's cool. It's a really cool action movie where this guy suddenly shows up. He suddenly shows up at this family's house and he says he's the friend of their dead son who died in Iraq, and he just starts hanging out with them. But like anytime any of them are in trouble, he like uses his like super army training to like beat the shit out of them. And it's kind of like it's like if Terminator and Halloween mixed together. But it takes place during like Halloween season, so there's lots of pumpkins, and they like have a cool action sequence in a Halloween maze and stuff. But you should check it out because it's got a cool goth girl in it, and it's got a lot of late 80s, like mid to late 80s goth music in it. It's very like it's not a goth movie, but it's very goth in influence. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I've been meaning to finally. I remember like you know how many times like an hour later I'm like, damn it, I have to say that to Pan. So sorry.
I'll look into The Guest.
You should see it. It's a cool movie. It's a cool movie if you like goth girls or not. It's an awesome movie. It made my top 10 last year. So
speaking of goths, what was this? What were you gonna say, Ace?
Speaking of goths, let's talk about Back to BackSpace.
Welcome to BackSpace! You're under arrest. I'm Patty. I'll be your guide on today's tour. In the event of an accident, everybody dies. Enjoy these complimentary wormy chews. It's food! It's food. BackSpace is a receptacle for all bad ideas deleted from computers and other electronic devices. You've been sent here because you're a bad idea. This microphone is connected to nothing!
Oh, okay. Tell us about Back to BackSpace, Ken.
Go ahead.
It doesn't make any sense at all. It's really confusing.
Okay. Well, try to explain Back to Backspace's Cartoon Network pilots.
Okay. It's about this a world where ideas get deleted and they either get destroyed or saved or whatever. It stars this SpongeBob Reddit girl, and yeah, that's it.
So it's basically like Chalk Zone, where all these ideas from the internet get taken there, and it's just these weird ideas, which, I don't know, Ken likes the character, this hipster girl.
Yeah, I like this Reddit SpongeBob character. She has weird dress.
Like SpongeBob in a way, because she has the white button-up shirt and tie.
She dresses up like SpongeBob, and...
Yeah, so what's so great about this, Ken?
The girl's hot. And it's really weird and out there. It was the best out of the other 3 pilots that went along with it, because the 3 pilots was this Adventure Time of regular show.
Yeah, I mean, I'll have to make another video about pilots again, because there's so many to talk about. But then I'm gonna get comments saying you're running out of ideas, Pan. It's like, no, I do what I want. Shut up.
You know when you did the one about that show that got canceled before I finished sharing?
Yeah.
I got like a lot of messages and like even comments on your video. They're like, this isn't about a cartoon. I was like, that was a good video. I thought that was cool. I like that video a lot, actually. Yeah. That was interesting.
I don't know. I was like...
But then you brought up like how part of it was like really insensitive. The one joke they refused to air on the re-airing.
Which is a little weird. Like, they can air everything else, but not that.
Yeah. They were like, we're not going to air that.
Like, yeah, we're not going to make fun of kids. Sorry.
Yeah. It sounded a little messed up to me.
Hey, so
just do what you want. You know?
But like, speaking of
Back to Backspace was good, but the 2 psychic characters kind of ruined it because they're just stupid and dumb.
I thought Back to Backspace was good, had a good concept, but I thought it was like too much going on at once. I think something about it is just like hard to focus on.
Yeah, but it's so weird and out there.
Because it has like this low poly 3D style with 2D characters on top of them.
Yeah,
I have to look at it.
Pretty good, but those 2 characters remind me of the gargoyles from that one movie, the Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Yeah, that movie, that was a good one.
Hunchback of Notre Dame straight. Yeah.
Those 2 characters remind me of those characters, and it kind of ruined it for me.
But hey, I remember I know this other pilot, speaking of goth girls.
Yes.
It's called Kyle plus Rosemary.
I love Rosemary, and Rosemary loves me, but we can never meet in the public eye.
Because we are from 2 different worlds. It is heartbreaking, but our friends would never understand.
Rosemary, would you stop staring at those geeks and join us in the planning of our vampire outfits for the school dance?
Kyle, dude, if you stare at those goths too long, you'll get cursed or something.
It's plus with a actual like plus sign. I'll make a list of pilots that we talked about in the description. But basically, it's about this nerd guy who's secretly in love with this goth girl, and this nerd guy goes online to play this World of Warcraft MMO video game, and he meets up with this goth, and that's how they fall in love. And it was supposed to be a show about the life of this kid going on World of Warcraft, this knockoff of World of Warcraft. I thought it was a fun concept, but I think it was too, like, if a person who never played video games watched this, they'd probably be confused or something. So I guess that's why he got rejected.
It sounds like Danny Phantom meets Sword Art Online. Yeah. Speaking of goth girls, though, I actually stumbled upon 2 pilots that had 2 goth girls, but they had very little screen time, but they were interesting.
Boo.
One pilot I think you might know of. It's Wacky Races. Do you remember the Cartoon Network Wacky Races? Yeah. It was a reboot of that. It was animated in Flash.
It actually looked pretty good for Flash.
Well, I like the new reboot of Wacky Races called Fury Road.
Oh yeah, another news. Fury Road was a great movie. Mad Max, yes.
Oh, did you see that?
Yeah.
Oh man, that movie's awesome.
Guitar guy's the best.
Oh, he's like a real guitar player in the real life.
And like the best thing is that they built all those cars and sets and whatever. Like,
no, that guitar that shoots flames, that's real.
Yeah, it really does shoot flames. It's not CGI.
I want a guitar that shoots like tacos.
Don't do this to yourself.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it. I am going to do. I might be. I have my bottle of Sobe at the skate park right now.
I remember this.
That sounds messy.
Ugh. I was reading this article. It was like top 5 reasons why Mad Max Fury Road is not as good as Mad Max 1. Issue 1, the CGI.
Every time people bring that stuff up about like this Mad Max movie is better than that one, it's like, dude, they're all made to be completely different movies. Like they're like Road Warrior was the kind of the Western movie where he's mythologized. The first one's kind of like a grindhouse thing. Thunderdome is like a piece of shit, and Fury Road is just a giant chase movie. And it's like comparing them does a disservice to the entire franchise. So that's totally stupid. So
yeah,
I don't know. It annoyed me when people were like I like just top 5 reasons that Road Warrior is still the best one. It's like Fury Road came out 2 days ago. Calm the fuck down. Yeah. Like,
and I'm insulted by this article saying like the CGI ruins this movie. It's like there's hardly any CGI I can notice.
Yeah, there's CGI. There is the sequence in the tornado. That's about it. Like, and it's just for like making backgrounds look nice and taking out flying planes. You know, when they shot on location and stuff.
Yeah, although I kind of wish like the end of the movie took place on the tornado thing, because that looked metal as shit.
Yeah, that was like, jeez. They spent 10 years. That was written on storyboards, and you can tell. It's like, so, I don't know, if you like animation, you should be seeing Fury Road.
Yeah, I mean, it would translate well to animation, because I heard people describe it as a Metalocalypse music video in a way.
Yeah, no, that's a good description. I mean, well, he worked on Happy Feet, so.
Oh, yeah.
I still wish they'd be like, from the director of Babe, Pig in the City, and Happy Feet 1 and 2, come, Mad Max Fury Road.
I mean that director, George Miller, was it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
He made the Mad Max movies, and then he kind of dropped out of action movies and made Babe and Happy Feet with these little penguins. And I guess people kind of put him in the same place as Ice Cube. It's like, yeah, you used to be hard, but now you're making family movies.
What's funny is while he was making the Happy Feet movies, he was planning Fury Road. So, like, can you imagine what that office looks like? You have a cute penguin, stuffed animal, and then he had the storyboards all over his office of, like, Fury Road.
Get the part and stuff.
I kind of would have loved if they got the scripts mixed up or something at some point in production. That'd have been some awesome deleted scenes.
I was hoping, like, the Happy Feet characters could, like, just be a cameo appearance in Fury's world.
Like, they run over a bunch of penguins.
Yeah.
And they have to eat penguin meat.
Like, I'm imagining George Miller is in his office and he's just, like, writing angrily and he's staring at this penguin plush on his desk. And the penguin plush is just talking to him in his mind.
He just grabs the penguin plush and he just rips his head off of his teeth.
Like, I'll fucking show you. I'll fucking show this fucking penguin. I'll kill him. I'll fucking show everyone.
Exploding penguins.
Make fun of me. I'm gonna make Fury.
Whatever. That penguin bought him a vacation home with a gold-plated jacuzzi. He's probably just so chilled out, like, because he's Australian. His voice would be like, "All right, just hanging out in my jacuzzi with my penguin doll, with all my money. Everything's fine. Then I'm going to go down Fury Road." See, I got into another podcast.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It will never end. But yeah, Fury Road. Everyone go watch Fury Road. Like, it's as simple of an action movie as it can be, but it's it's just. It doesn't overcomplicate itself.
No, it's awesome. I can't imagine the summer's going to get any better than that.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but when I see stuff for that movie, it reminds me of that episode of Generator Rex where they had they were actually fighting on the roof of cars and stuff against a bunch of anarchists. I don't know.
The Badlands episode. It's kind of weird to like go look at the comments to Fury Road and read comments saying, "Wow, this is just like Borderlands or Fallout," and it's like, I'm pretty sure those things were inspired by the original Mad Max and stuff.
Yeah. Well, you know, the guy who helped write it and drew most of the storyboards was a comic book artist, and he got the gig because he kept sending George Miller Mad Max fan art.
Please.
Oh my god.
Please and comment on my fan art.
So if you have fan art, just start spamming your creators like crazy. Like, they will hire you in an instant. Don't say I had anything to do with this, though.
I have no money, so don't
send
send me anything. Don't spam me with things. You can send me stuff, but don't spam me.
Don't send me anything. Send them to, just put your fan art in that parking lot in Kmart, and we'll look at it later.
Yeah.
Like
the
Space 32. What?
My Kmart's dead.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
It is just sitting there. The K fell off a while back, and no one does anything there. People just sit there and get high in the parking lot.
Wait, it's like a vacant Kmart?
Yep, it's empty. Everything.
Whoa, that's like what does that say about America?
Not even Jim. This is not even a Kmart anymore. It's just a Mart.
That says more about America than anything.
Kmart is for people who aren't classy enough for Walmart.
Actually, I think it was Kmart. I was buying something at Kmart, and these people were behind me in the changing room because I had to buy shorts for my job, and they were just simple shorts or whatever. And these people were like, this couple behind me were like, kind of like making fun of me for buying something so simple.
What was it?
Because they were buying like more elaborate Ed Hardy stuff, and I was looking at them like, really? You're going to start like a classist argument with Kmart clothes? Like, come on. Like, I didn't say anything, but I was like, this is for real? Like, I'm just buying these for work. Like, I'm not buying these for like, and they're just, I was just shocked at the whole thing.
Oh.
It was just like, I feel like when the apocalypse happens and all anyone has are like houses made of like cow dung, people will be like, yeah, but that's smellier cow dung than my cow dung house. So clearly I have the upper hand.
Authentic cow dung. This is what I have.
Speaking of
mine's grass, yours is green grass fed. Mine's wheat grass fed. You don't even know, man. You don't even know.
What were you saying, AceHero?
I was saying, speaking of goths, I saw a second pilot. It's the one I actually found because of my goth friend. We were talking about Cartoon Network stuff, Cartoon Network Orbit, the online games, and how you can still play them. And we started talking about Kitty Bobo because that's still a pilot we all know, Kitty Bobo, which still needs to be a show today.
And what's new with you two dudes?
Not much. So since when do you have a cell phone?
I just got it. Isn't it cool? It's like the latest model.
May I?
Sure. So yeah, I figured it'd be cool to have so I could like call my homies when I'm on the go.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, check this out. Word. This is the bomb. Listen.
So what? Cell phones are so old. They're nothing special. I mean, everyone has one.
Yeah, everyone except us.
It's very hipstery, and I think it would fit right next to regular show.
Yeah, I think it could even replace regular show.
No.
But then I sort of stumbled upon this other show called Ricky Z. It was made in 2012, and it has Greg Sipes, aka Beast Boy, voicing the main character like he sounds now in Teen Titans. So he's all like, "Yeah, dude, what's up, man? Yeah, what's up, homie?" Like he's literally, I don't know if he's supposed to be Mexican or if he's supposed to be a white boy, but he's in like New York or San Francisco, and he's just walking through. It's like, "Sup, dog?" It's like, "Sup, man? Yeah." He's just going around talking like Jake Long.
What's the episode called?
Ricky Z.
Ricky Z.
And there's this one goth girl in it that he's trying to hit on. I don't know. I can relate to it because the whole episode is like one episode of some kid who didn't get invited to a party, and at the end he just tries to act all cool and he fails so hard. I'm like, oh my god, that kid is me. I'm like that kid. Oh my god.
That story sounds like my life right there.
Yeah.
I'm looking up Ricky Z and I see the goth. Yeah, pink hair.
Yeah. Yeah, she's a vegetarian, dude. Yeah.
Like 12 or whatever.
I don't know, man. It's all good, though.
I don't know about that.
Yeah.
I like how I'm skimping through this, and Ricky Z has like a cell phone from like the early 2000s. Like a clamshell phone. I have one of those, sadly, though. Oh, God. I see it has like an urban aesthetic, which I like any pilot or TV shows that have that style.
Yeah. I personally like that they don't whitewash any of the characters either. It's all appropriate.
Stuff like I don't know, like Hey Arnold, Broad City, Kitty Bobo, going back to that.
Yes, that.
Yeah, because Kitty Bobo was this. Okay, so a long time ago, Cartoon Network had this vote on kids at home could like vote for their favorite pilot that was shown, and one of the winner was Kids Next Door. and they did this several years. Like the winners were Kids Next Door, Billy Mandy, whatever happened to Robot Jones.
Actually, Amazon does that now with pilots. They just release them all and see how what the public thinks of them.
Yeah. Well, Amazon needs to go fuck itself.
Whoa!
I don't shop on Amazon anymore.
Why not?
They do to you
because I went to go buy my Nintendo Amiibo.
Okay.
From Japan, and they said and I went to buy my Nintendo Amiibo from Japan, but then when I got it, not only was it in Japan, but for some reason its eyes were all slanted. I'm like, dude, what is this? I wanted to buy a Little Mac Amiibo, but then its eyes are all like slanted and stuff. I'm like, wait, I thought that it was just Japan. Like I thought it was just made in Japan.
Yeah, it's Japanese. Of course the eyes will be slanted.
But it was Little Mac. He's from New York, man.
Fucking racist. Went too far. This podcast is canceled. Please follow my blog.
Oh no.
Go to Kenneth Thinks. It's a great Tumblr. You hear what Ken thinks.
We're all out of business now, and if Nolan ever comes back, he's gonna take over the whole thing.
Oh no, I broke our non-disclosure agreement.
Oh no.
So what were you saying about
oh no.
The product was all misshapen.
It was completely like, it was weird. It was just, I'm like, what is this?
Maybe you can like sell it on eBay, because like people will buy all these weirdly malfunctioned Amiibos. Like this one Samus, this Samus Amiibo, this figurine of Samus has 2 arm cannons on each side when she's supposed to have only one. Like sold for a bunch on eBay.
There was one that had there was a Princess Peach that had 3 arms.
What the hell?
Yeah. But I'm telling you, those people who hunt for Amiibos, they are hardcore. I went one day just to see what was going on. There was a line all the way outside of Toys R Us. I went to talk to this one guy. He looked like he was about to pee himself. Then I talked to the guy a couple rows behind him. He did pee himself. They didn't want to leave that line. They did not want to leave that line.
I don't have any Amiibos, these little figurines by Nintendo that, I don't know, they transfer data to your game or something, but I haven't bought one, but I'll buy them in a couple of years when they're all like $1 and they're oversaturated like Guitar Hero. Because you know that's going to happen, right? They're the new Beanie Babies.
Yeah.
So
anyway, back to Kitty Bobo.
Kitty Bobo, I love that pilot.
Yeah.
Listen, Kitty Bobo, I think Kitty Bobo was, I wish that got picked instead of Kids Next Door.
And there's
Kids Next Door first season sucked.
I mean, do you think like the creator of Kids Next Door, Mr. Warburton, he's just he was glad that he won the vote, but then he just saw Kitty Bobo and he's like, better him than me.
Yeah.
Damn.
I mean, and isn't Kids Next Door getting a new series too?
Well, they're trying to get a pitch out there.
Maybe if he actually joins our podcast, maybe, we can save the series.
Mr. Warburton, be on our podcast, please. We'll talk about
before it's too late.
I messaged him once and like he didn't reply back to me, so I assume it's over forever and it's never gonna happen, so whatever.
Maybe when you finally review the show, he might, talk to you.
I'll do that eventually. Yeah, Kitty Bobo, but the thing about Kitty Bobo is that it had no outlines like Samurai Jack, which was pretty rare for a cartoon at the time, and I don't even know how a cartoon is made without outlines. It doesn't make any sense to me.
I loved I don't know, I guess at the time whenever the show was made, it was all about cell phones, and it was about like everything about it. It was like you could IM people on their email and stuff. And that was relevant at the time.
Yeah, because Kitty Bobo with his character in this episode is just him bragging about like, hey guys, check out my new cell phone. And he's voiced by Dante Boskov. He voices Jake Long, American Dragon, Zuko from Avatar. That guy. So he's just like, look at my fucking cell phone, YOLO.
Yeah. He texts while riding his bike and just crashing the fucking brakes.
Loser, take that, Dante Boskov, fucker.
And then he went back to the thing, and then everyone had cell phones.
Yeah, what an asshole Kitty Bobo was.
I wanted to see that other cat. Oh, what was his name? The cool cat?
Oh, Graffiti.
Yeah, I wanted to see more of him.
Yeah, that show looked really cool.
Yeah, I think he was a cool cat.
Yeah.
Do you think the guy can just pitch the cartoon again and see if it gets made
or girl,
what?
If the show was successful, it would have been the first Cartoon Network show to be created by a woman, and in 2002, I think. But that honor now belongs to Rebecca Sugar.
Yeah.
Yep.
What a jerk.
Who was it? Rebecca Sugar? Who?
Way to sandbag other people, Rebecca.
I think she called me a wimp. What? Yeah, I talked to her. I talked to her once on her forum spring, and she called me a wimp.
Rebecca Sugar beat you up? What?
I thought she would have.
Oh,
wait, what was the context of you being a wimp?
I think we were talking about Adventure Time stuff, and then I mentioned my profession, and I said something stupid because I was like a 14-year-old kid, and he said, "No, that's for wimps. You're a wimp." It's like she literally just. I'm like, oh, but what about? And she goes, "No, you're a wimp.
You're a fucking pussy, loser."
I feel like that was not.
Get off my fucking form spring.
I feel like that was not her. Maybe
it could have been Rebecca Spice, for all we know. Her evil twin.
Yeah, Rebecca Spice. That's my favorite Spice Girl. My goth friend, me and her were going off about Kitty Bobo. Because she when it comes to Cartoon Network shows, she was trying to draw the style because she's an awesome artist. She does a lot like Rebecca Sugar. She does her own fair share of Ed, Edd n Eddy Owie.
What the fuck?
Yeah, she's much like Rebecca Sugar.
We don't know if that's true or not. So.
But she,
what?
I mean, she's the one who did that really awesome Uncle Grandpa sketch of Uncle Grandpa visiting the different Cartoon Network kids in their style, and she's really awesome. Her name's XX Ninja X Geek, and she's the one who brought Kitty Bobo back to my attention after all this time. So honestly, she every day she tells me, "Oh yeah, I'm on CartoonNetwork.com playing some games and this and that." I'm like, you
just playing some Cartoon Orbit, YOLO.
No, she's like, "Oh yeah, I am the master at the Powerpuff Girls snowboarding game. No, I will kick." She's like, I will fucking kick anyone's ass who tries to say otherwise.
Oh man, I found out some bad news. Is Cartoon Network got rid of Teen Titans Battle Blitz on their site. It was the fighting game with all the Teen Titans characters, and I remember when that came out at the time, each week they unlocked a new hero, and then eventually you could play as the villains in this fighting game. It was so cool, and even though it was a very primitive fighting game, about as basic as possible.
But yeah, I remember that one.
Wait, is this? Let me make sure. Oh, it sends me to an error page. Fuck, took that down.
You can probably find it anywhere else because any Cartoon Network game that isn't on the site anymore, you can just find it anywhere else. But except for Cartoon Network Orbit.
Oh yeah. Okay, let me explain Cartoon Orbit. Basically, it was this online browser thing where you would collect essentially stickers and post them on your thing, and it was
kind of like MySpace.
It was kind of a big sticker book. That's what it was.
And they had a card game and stuff too. It was basically a kid version of MySpace or something.
Not really. It was just this board game thing. I don't know. But yeah, Kitty Bobo's great. Anyone else?
Yeah.
I don't know. Anything else to say on Kitty Bobo?
Nope.
Or Rebecca calling you a pussy?
Oh, fuck. Fuck.
Look at this fucking loser.
Oh,
what? Did you get feels for my show, loser?
No, why won't Rebecca Sugar love me?
Did that show make you cry, fucker?
I don't know why I use the Emily voice. I have no other girl voice.
Emily voice is just your generic gay voice. So
that's not true. I like girls, okay? Oh, wait, no! Fuck!
Oh my god, man, Rebecca. Oh my god. We're gonna go to the mall. See, I sound exactly like you.
Drama bomb. Fuckers.
For some reason, I want her to beat me up now.
Yeah.
Oh, what the fuck? Wait, Rebecca or Emily?
Rebecca. I don't.
What the
fuck, Emily?
No, you can't say that.
I know.
I don't know what's going on right now.
But whenever Tara Strong, whenever
I don't remember Tara Strong. No.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe I'll just call up Jenny Karavgoski. Maybe
I never met him. Well, I met him once. Although it was just a very quick, hey, hello, and bye. That was it. It was a line.
Hey, my senpai noticed me, man. My senpai noticed me.
I never heard of Tara Strong. I wonder who she is. Whatever.
She's a sellout.
How dare you?
Oh,
look at me. I'm Tara Strong on Twitter. Look, I do a lot of voices. Look at me. I'm so great. I do voices. Yeah.
Screw you, Tara. Okay. Hey, other pilots. I have to talk about. Anyone have any others?
Oh, I guess the South Park pilot.
All right. Yeah.
There must have been some magic in that old silk hat they found, but where they placed it on his head. Oh my God! Frosty killed Kitty, dude. I told you not to put that fucking hat on Frosty's fucking head, now didn't I? Well, I'm sorry, Mr. Rocket fucking scientist.
That went viral before there was internet, basically.
Oh no, that's the
Or was the internet barely starting out? Yeah.
That's like the what's it? That's the Christmas card. I'm talking about the pilot that took them 3 months to make, the first episode.
Yeah, explain that one.
Well, they basically, like, if you watch, because South Park only had 6 episodes in their first season. Well, when it was, I don't even know what the first season is now, but when it first came out, that was the first season. And the first one, they didn't really know how they would make, because they made this Christmas card, and it kind of got tape traded around a lot. And so then they didn't know how to do, because they used, construction paper cutouts to make it. Yeah. So to make a whole half-hour one, it took them 3.5 months, and it looks really crude. Like, they cut it out themselves and really used like a camera and like real stop motion and everything. And it became like so quoted and so watched. Like, I had a tape of the first 6 South Parks, and I would get invited to like all these, some kid would be like, oh, you got to come to our house so we can watch South Park, and we'd watch the first 6, and then there wasn't anything until like the Halloween special. So it was like, it was a crazy, those first 6 got watched so much, but particularly the first one. The first one was just an insanely huge episode, but it's like kind of cool to watch because now they have like a whole lab, and it's so like, it's so much better done, and they have all these fancy computers. And then it was like Trey Parker, Matt Stone, and one other guy.
Yeah, because they had
who was it?
I don't know, but like they now they have Flash, and they can make an episode in 2 weeks. I mean, there's a good documentary called 6 Days to Air, I think.
Oh yeah,
yeah. It's
making it in like 1 week.
It's the live. I mean, it's them, like they have a week to make an episode, but they're huge procrastinators and are like, okay, we have a week to make an episode. I have no ideas what we got to do. Yeah, it's pretty fascinating.
That's why they're like so on topic all the time.
Yeah, because before that one, it took them like forever to make, but now it's like they make them so quickly. It just because apparently they said they had like Jurassic Park type computers, like to how they had like that kind of programs to make like the South Park episodes. So it's just like insane, the production that was going into those but the first one specifically, because it was just made kind of by 3 people, it's kind of crazy to watch. Like, this one huge show was made so intimately, so and I think it's pretty cool to see where it came from, because I don't watch the first 6 every, I haven't watched the first one in forever, so.
Yeah, the pilot just like was this thing that just became viral that they made, and there was no source on it, so a lot of people took credit for it at the time.
Well, it wasn't even viral because no one could stream internet. I mean, it started in 97. So this is before people could watch videos. So you would just like, people would trade tapes and get like, oh, you want to see this funny thing? And like that's kind of how it got passed around. Like, it was viral before there was viral.
Yeah.
It was on like Tiger Woods, Golf.
On the PlayStation 1 game of Tiger Woods, if you put it into a PC and like load up some file, like it'll play the South Park episode.
Oh yeah, I heard that.
You know the story, like why they put that on there?
No,
I don't know why. I just heard about that.
So let's say the PlayStation 1 CD can hold 500 megabytes, and the game is about, I don't know, like 200. Just for a game to load up faster, they had to fill up that space with something. Otherwise, the game's Otherwise, the loading times will be even longer because there's a whole disc to scan instead of this one portion. So some programmer just like to fill up space just threw that on there like whatever, and people found it.
There was another one called Santa versus Jesus too.
Oh yeah, I thought that was the Christmas card.
There was also another one where like I think Frosty the Snowman was trying to kill them.
Oh, I'm reminded of this thing like my cousin Pierre showed me.
Pierre.
Like he just showed me this in late 90s. He showed me this thing on his PC, and it was like these Flash videos that were somewhat interactive. It says it was like a trick or treat thing, and it said give these kids candy, yes or no. And if you say no, these kids animated in 2D Flash moon you. If you say yes, I think a giant turd falls on them.
What?
Remember that shit?
Yeah, I remember a lot of weird video files. Like I remember there was this weird CGI Popeye short film on like a PC or whatever, and there was also this on that same PC there was this thing of this super hardcore pig covered in guns and metal and bullets and whatever, and I'm like trying to find those things again.
The internet was weird when it started out.
Does anyone have those? Like anyone listening to this? Because I could use that. I don't know. I just want to see that stuff again.
I think we should call that pig Hambo, as in
boning.
A ham boning will save your life someday.
You'd be like, what? You trying to mug me? Yeah. Okay. Wait.
Trying to fuck me? Check out my ham boner.
There was this one cartoon from back in the just pre-YouTube days, and I don't know what it's called, but like it would end up playing at like a lot of parties, and it was kind of gross. It was like this horse, and then a bird would jerk off the horse, and then die in his cum.
What the?
That was a
fuck.
That was a really popular one.
Classic internet.
Fuck.
I mean I think that was
Every time Jim surprises me a little bit more each time.
Well, I didn't make the cartoon with the bird choking on horse semen. I just watched it.
You enjoyed it
like every normal human being.
What the?
You can't do that on television.
Sorry, maybe I shouldn't have shared that.
Other pilots, so anyone.
Yeah, I got this weird one. Back in 1993, there was a pilot for a show called. It was a full episode pilot called Roseanne and the Roseanne and Buddy Show.
Wow! So this is Cartoon Land. It's so bright and cheery.
Yeah, it makes me want to puke.
This looks like a great place to do our show.
It looks like an even better place to do lunch.
Well, there goes the neighborhood.
Basically, they gave Roseanne and Arnold something. I don't know. They gave them an animated TV show. And it was like extremely self-aware, like Family Guy, and not unlike the critic making fun of pop culture. But it was only funny if you knew who Roseanne was.
Does anyone know who Roseanne is?
Yeah, she's that loud fat woman.
I don't know. Is that doesn't she do Snapple commercials?
Maybe at one point at a time.
No, I'm getting
it was just
icons messed up.
Actually, it's funny you bring up Roseanne with pilots because the pilot for her TV show is like well known to be like one of the best pilots because what they did for the TV show is the pilot like basically has no plot, like, and a lot of the episodes after that have very little plot, so you're just hanging out with Roseanne and Dan and their kids, and so by the time they actually do have plots, you're already kind of like you already know the family, so you're already really into it, and that's why like that show exploded in its first season. Because by the time you got to episode 6 and it was really peaking, the show had just started going, and then everyone was just in, and so that's why that show exploded. So, and everyone used that as like, oh, we should do more pilots like this. But then they didn't. Very few pilots do that, where they just introduce the characters, because that's like actually the most important thing is just like getting you into the characters, and that's like that first pilot like sets up. That, and they have this exchange with Roseanne and the teacher, and she's wearing a blue collar shirt, Roseanne is, and the teacher's wearing a white collar shirt, It's like all these, like, they really lay it on thick, but they lay it on exactly and not too complicated, so you can get it and get into it and not think about it. So it's a good pilot.
I remember watching some Frederator live stream and being in one, like they were explaining like what's the best way to pitch your pilot, and the thing with pilots is that they say that the most important thing is your characters and not your concept, because if you have a good character, you can take the character anywhere.
Yeah.
But if you pitch the concept first, it's just like, well, when you take the character out of the concept, what are they really?
Yeah, you have to, I mean, that's the thing that that's the most important thing with the TV show, is that like with the South Park pilot, people were always quoting Cartman, and they like loved Cartman. And so they wanted to watch him in more episodes. And so, like, if you have a character or a bunch of characters, or even, I heard the same thing with the Modern Family pilot. Like, that whole episode is just them introducing their daughter, and then you just meet all the characters. And that's a really strong pilot, and that's another show that just exploded in its first season, because by the time you get to an episode with a plot, you know what, the dad, Phil the dad is wacky and likes inventions. And so, you like get everybody's thing. And it's like having a friend,
Yeah.
So that's why it works so well.
He's my friend.
Yeah.
But can I talk about the X-Men, Pryde of the X-Men?
Pryde.
Which I can actually talk about 2 X-Men pilots. Should I do one and then the other, or no?
Shoot.
Okay, so Pryde of the X-Men is from the 80s. And it was a pilot made by, I guess, the same people who made G.I. Joe and Transformers and stuff, and by Sunbow Animation. And they made the pilot, but then it didn't come to series for whatever reason. But then it became legendary because they released it on VHS. So every blockbuster, and it was like pretty widely released, had it. And so everyone saw this pilot, and then they made a video game based on the pilot. So it became this huge thing before the 90s X-Men show, because you could watch it. Like, everyone was like, oh, I've heard of X-Men, I'll watch this cartoon. And so, like, I know so many people watched it who have watched it, and it actually aired on TV a couple of times at like 7 a.m. or something. But it's a pretty good, I mean, the animation is good. It's a shitty pilot, but I think we've talked about Pryde of the X-Men before, but it's
last episode.
Yeah, but sorry. But but if you're ever wondering why people keep bringing that up, it's because it had a big VHS release and the video game, and it's just like, there's no way you couldn't hear about it. It was like probably one of the best distributed pilots for a show that never aired.
Yeah.
Other than Korgoth. I guess Korgoth's the other one.
I mean, it's pretty weird that they would release the pilot on VHS, because I was at a thrift store and I found this other pilot. It's called Hawaiian Legends of the Hawaiian Slammers, which it's about Pogs. You remember Pogs?
Oh,
I heard about this cartoon.
Or Tassos if you're Mexican.
Yeah, man.
Oh, look, I got some cool Pogs. Elf Pogs. Remember Elf? He's back in Pog form.
I never got my Elf Pog.
So it's about this kid who like has these. Okay, so Pogs basically it's just a stack of plastic coins, and you get this one coin and you throw it down, and if the pile like explodes from the impact or stuff, and the ones that are faced up or whatever, I don't know the rules anymore. Yeah, so it's just this game.
Man, I played Pogs.
It's this game that only Mexicans still play. Anyway, so in this plot, it's about this kid in Hawaii who finds a bunch of Pogs, and he can summon monsters from there, and it was kind of way ahead of its time, because this was before all the monster collecting things like Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon came out, so like they could have been onto something, but no, they never gave it a chance. Also, they couldn't use the name of Pogs legally. Just Hawaiian.
So what did they call it?
Slammers.
Slammers.
I think it's called a drink now. I think that's a drink now.
Yeah, but hey, at least the VHS was released that I found at my thrift store. I'm surprised that happened.
That's funny when a company's like, let's just go for broke and put this shit out on VHS.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of failed pilots that I'm like, why won't the company just release it online or whatever? Just throw it out there.
that in that video you talked about the Alien cartoon.
Yeah.
I wish I could get my hands on that. There was it was a dumb comic by Rob Liefeld, Youngblood, and they used to hype up that they had tried to make a Youngblood show, but it was too violent and the network wouldn't do it. Yeah. But then for like years and years, I was like, oh man, I can't wait to see this footage. And now it's on YouTube and I watched it and it's shitty and it's not too violent. It just sucks. It's just like if I was at the network, I go, this blows. And I bet they're like, let's just say in Wizard Magazine that it's too violent. So that sounds better than our show suck balls. But Wildcats and Savage Dragon, 2 other Image shows, did get shows.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of superhero shows at the time suffered from being too censored. Like Bruce Timm with Batman, he fought to get like Tommy guns in there and stuff, but Spider-Man animated series, like there were so many stupid rules, like he can't crash through glass. The vampire Myotis, I think, I don't know, he couldn't suck blood, he had to suck dick plasma, and instead of biting people to suck blood,
I remember that. But Batman played it off fairly well.
Yeah. And he couldn't suck blood by biting people. He had to like use his hands, and they had like suction cups in there to suck plasma, and it's so many stupid censorships. I think Blade, the hero Blade, was in there, except he had like a lightsaber. I think.
Nice.
I don't know.
Wait, in Batman?
No, in a Spider-Man animated series.
Oh, yes. They would have to change certain things.
Oh yeah.
There's just for like, yeah.
Oh yeah, but I remember Deadpool actually appeared in X-Men the animated series for like 2 seconds.
That's
yeah, I think I remember that. Well, he wasn't as popular then.
No, I mean this was back then when he wasn't like a joke character. He was like a legit serious, like he was basically a knockoff of Slade Wilson from Teen Titans.
Yeah, he wasn't really as big as he is now.
His name is Deathstroke, man.
Deathstroke. I like. Never mind.
Oh wait, I wanted to talk about the '90s X-Men since you brought it up. I guess kind of. Oh, so what they used to do with those shows, with both the '90s X-Men and the '90s Spider-Man, is they would air the pilot like 4 or 5 months before the show came out. So for 4 months, and then Fox Kids would re-air them like once a month until the show came out. So by the time the show came out, it was like this huge event that you're like, holy shit, X-Men's coming, I can't wait. Like X-Men, they played 2 episodes, but Spider-Man, you had to wait 4 months. But with Spider-Man, they actually launched a toy line because Marvel actually produced the Spider-Man show themselves. Like this is pre them having a studio, and so they had toys already there. And I remember like going to Toys R Us and being like, who are all these characters? Just an episode with the Lizard, but they like were just like, who cares? Let's just have it already. And I knew so many kids who were into the Spider-Man show for months based on 1 episode, which was the pilot. But the X-Men pilot is actually pretty decent. The Spider-Man one, the animation's good, but the story's
Yeah, I know back then a lot of the times they make the toys before they make the show. Like that's why you see so many pieces of Simpsons merchandise with Bart with a blue shirt, is because they made the toys while the show was still in development. But nowadays, like they usually wait a few seasons and then they release merchandise because it costs a lot of money to like make the mold of a action figure and stuff. Unless you're like Disney or something, they try to get that stuff out because Disney got in a lot of trouble because of what happened with Frozen. Like they didn't have the merchandise ready. They didn't think Frozen was going to be that big, and like Kmart and Target and all those places got hit with all these requests like, hey, where's your Frozen stuff? And they're like, oh, well, Disney didn't give us very much, so we don't know what to do. But so it kind of like that helped Frozen because there was this huge demand for a couple months. But like, so for like Big Hero 6, there was a ton of merchandise. And that's because like they have to kind of make good on any Disney movie has to have a shit ton of even more merchandise now because the stores are like, you're not going to fuck us over again, Disney. Don't fuck with us. Don't Frozen me. Don't Frozen me, bro. Damn. Yeah.
That sounds like what Nintendo just did with the Amiibos.
Yeah, because I remember Nintendo is bullshitting because they know what they're doing.
Yes.
They know that if they like limit the supply. People will be like urging to get it when they can. So it's kind of like with the Wii, because like when the Wii came out in 2006, like there was such high demand and very little supply. So, you know, it kind of gives you the urgency to like buy it when you see it. That's why.
I mean, that helps with, like, I remember both Masters of the Universe and Power Rangers. It was hard to get those toys at first. So it kind of helped hype them up for that first year, because people were like, oh, you have, I remember having those big, taller Power Rangers toys for like an event, like you'd go to a kid's house and they're like, I have it. Who wants to touch me?
I remember I had this Red Ranger figure. It was like a foot tall, and I don't know, you put these discs in the chest, and it was like this it shoots like a projector screen of these.
I remember that.
Yeah, those are the original ones.
Oh man, I had that. Oh crap. Yeah.
Those were like such a big deal. I could never get those, but then they put out the toys where they were just like regular action figures, and you could flip their heads. They would flip from who the actor was to the Power Ranger, I guess, helmet, and everyone had those because they were like, finally, and then nobody gave a shit after that. I feel they probably did, but I just didn't give a shit.
Yeah.
One other pilot that just came to my head. I think you talked about it recently, but do you remember the Patakis?
Oh right. Well, I don't think it did not make it to pilot stage, but it was just like an idea.
They even had commercials for it, though.
Did they?
They did. They actually, I remember on Nick at Night, they were saying, coming soon, this summer, the Patakis. And they had some small concept art, but it barely got anywhere.
Who are the Patakis? What is that?
Well, hang on. First off, let me just say that kind of reminds me of, like, I forget on what DVD, but there's a feature, there was a whole, like, behind-the-scenes making of Dumbo 2. Now, you got, in one of the DVD features, like, they were talking about the concept of Dumbo 2, and, like, do you guys remember Dumbo 2?
No. Did that come out?
Nope. No footage, nothing. Disney was so up their ass that they said, hey, let's make a behind-the-scenes making of Dumbo 2 before we even make it and release it. But yeah,
what?
I don't know. But yeah, but Takis, it's a spin-off of, it was going to be a spin-off of Hey Arnold on Nickelodeon with the bully girl who secretly loved Arnold and her family.
Oh,
but I think
I guess the Thanksgiving special's kind of that already.
Oh, I have a terrible story about the Thanksgiving special.
Oh God!
Wait, what is it?
Okay, so in the episode of Hey Arnold's Thanksgiving, like Helga, you know, if you know the show, Helga's being neglected by her family and stuff, and they always love her older sister since she's more successful in everything and stuff, and Helga is just kind of ignored, and I don't know. When she went to, like, their Thanksgiving dinner, and they were gonna say, give thanks to whatever, and when it was Helga's turn, she says, I'm thankful for absolutely nothing, and I thought that was so funny at the time when I was, like, 8 or whatever, and then I did that with my Thanksgiving and with my family, and they didn't think it was funny at all.
I don't know. I think that's pretty hardcore. That's pretty cool.
Oh,
yeah.
That's like when every family, like, big holiday, my grandfather would always ask me, "What's your favorite subject in school?" And I'd always try to, like, give a good answer. And one time I went recess, and he just looked at me like, "What? Recess? It's not a subject." I was like, "Yeah, it's my favorite part of school." Yeah. And, like, I was like, not gonna lie, just gonna, because I'd say something like, English gym, I don't know. And then, but that one time, and I just remember the look of disappointment, like, recess, huh? Okay. I was like, oh, I thought you said what my favorite show was, but I'm bummed. No,
yeah, you like smooth.
Waka waka.
And he was like, I don't know what that is either. What? No. I just said recess, and he just looked like, you're going to be the one who works on a cartoon, aren't you?
Yeah, Patakis never made it. Yeah.
Yeah, it was actually in development, and they said they wanted it to be kind of like The Simpsons in a way. Like, it was going to be more mature, but it just never happened.
Like the teen years, but I think I remember hearing that it was going to happen, but like Daria came out and it was kind of like the same demographic and idea of a teen girl who's bitter and moody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, who would be the teen girl? Because the daughter in the Jack.
It's like, I think it was
it's like Helga when she's older.
Yeah.
I guess.
But like
it happens after the supposed movie.
Yeah. Jim Lang, the no wait, that's the music. That's the guy who makes the music for the show. Craig Bartlett, who made Hey Arnold, is still working at Nickelodeon. He returned to it, so he's working on another show. But they say that he's trying to fight for another more Hey Arnold.
Oh, cool. Yeah. Well, Nickelodeon's what a shit show. I don't know. I noticed they've started playing Sanjay and Craig on Sunday nights, which is, I don't know. I don't love Sanjay and Craig, but I feel like if they actually supported it a little bit, it could take off a little bit. You know, I like the animation, even though it's gross as all hell.
Yeah.
Or did you ever see the one where they held in a fart all episode? Craig holds in a fart, and then he has like a fart baby. And at the end of the episode, I think he farts, and it's like it's like an atomic bomb or something.
So kind of like that episode of Dexter.
Dexter's Lab.
Yeah.
Oh. Wait.
Let me remember that episode.
I do remember that.
Okay. Yeah, he thought he was gonna die.
Yeah, there's an episode of Dexter where Dexter decided to order a gigantic ass burrito, which the delivery guy just delivers it inside his lab like whatever, and he eats the entire burrito in one setting, and
that one guy knows that Dexter have a lab.
Yeah, Dexter will trust him, but not his family. That's so sad.
Oh man, that's sad. That is sad. I watched the Dexter pilot.
Oh, hang on, but like.
Oh, sorry.
Let me finish this. So Dexter feels a rumble in his stomach, and like he thought he was gonna die, and he's just like doing all the things that he ever wanted to do, and confessing to all his family and stuff. Oh, and he gave Dee Dee his lab, but at the very end, he's gonna tell his parents about the lab, and at the very end, he just farts.
A big long fart. And wait, did it break the TV?
Yeah, like the TV. You saw like he was embarrassed. And you just see the TV shoved against the wall on impact.
Wait, did you ever see? There's a Louis episode where his sister's visiting, and she's pregnant, and she thinks she's going into labor, and like the whole episode, like he's freaking out, and like people are helping him, and they get to the emergency room, and they put her legs in the stirrups, and like she's screaming, and then suddenly she just farts, and it's like it was really funny. It was like really funny. I just ruined that episode of Louis. I'm sorry to everyone and to Louis C.K.
Okay, I thought we were for a second. I thought we were talking about Life with Louis, or some show by Louis Anderson, some cartoon that he had.
Oh. I like that that's what you were picturing.
That seems like something he'd do.
It was a good like end, because you're like, what the fuck? It was a fart joke? It was like the most elaborate fart joke I'd ever seen. Like the whole episode was a fart joke. Hey, farts will always be funny, so.
Yeah.
So talk about the Dexter pilot.
Oh, so the Dexter pilot, I actually saw it before when it was a pilot, because where I lived, we just got Cartoon Network right around then, and what was it called? What Cartoons, or
what a cartoon?
What a cartoon show.
What a cartoon. So it had that, and I actually remember it had that. The Powerpuff Girls was one of them also. Like they had all the Johnny Bravo, like right before when they were just like these small little pilots. But Dexter's was like the one that I was like, oh, this is the amazing one. And it was like when Dee Dee's like bothering him as always, and then, or I guess then not as always because it's the first one, but like he has this remote and it transforms them into various animals, and they keep hitting it and transforming each other into different animals. But the one part, that stuff is really well animated. It's like Gendy really trying to show off and like make this thing as great as it can be. But there's this one sequence where Dexter's explaining what the remote does, and she keeps changing him into different animals. That's just a pretty awesome sequence. But there's some good scenes, like Dee Dee and Dexter as a snail and a turtle trying to hit the remote before their mom comes in to find out what they're doing.
Oh wait, I remember.
It's really good because it's like you go like, oh man, this show's crazy. I can't wait to see more. Yeah. It's like an excellent pilot in that you're like, this is totally like a concept show, but I'm so in. It's like,
I mean, yeah, because like Dexter went through with like 3 redesigns, and like the What a Cartoon episodes are like more bouncier looking. They're less squarish than the rest of the series. I don't know. I prefer the middle, the second redesign, like the typical show, how it looked.
Yeah. Do you remember Fairly Odd Parents? They had, instead of just a pilot, they kind of had 6 episodes before it was a series.
Well, here's what happened. It was by What a Cartoon Show and the Fairly Odd Parents that came from this other compilation series called Oh Yeah Cartoons, where they just showed a bunch of shorts and animated pilots, and that's where Fairly Odd Parents got their start, and Chalk Zone.
There was one with Minda and the vampire or whatever.
Minda and the Count.
Yeah.
I think was that by Paul Rudish? But yeah, Fairly Odd Parents. I remember seeing that, and I thought that was like such a great concept that I desperately wanted that to be a show, and now it is, and now it never ends. It just keeps going.
No, yeah.
Yeah, but it's weird to go back to it and hear like Cosmo's voice is like much deeper. Like he sounds like Timmy's dad, because they're the same voice actor.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Oh yeah, but the original voice of Timmy died, so Tara Strong took over.
Oh
yeah, Tara Strong. Who's that?
Ooh, what did they die of?
Who was the voice of the original Timmy? I don't know.
I think it was Katie something.
Because I remember it was this lady who committed suicide.
Oh, is it the lady from South Park
the lady
also?
Who worked on South Park also.
Because the voice, all the female voices from South Park just suddenly changed, and they like weren't talking about it in the media. But she killed herself right around the time of the South Park movie coming out.
Yeah, it was
like I think right after that.
Yeah, Mary Kay Bergman.
What was was she like have major depression issues, or what was the?
I think that's what it was. Hang on, but had bipolar disorder and anxiety disorders.
Huh.
Oh, really?
That's sad.
Yeah, but it was like, because they didn't really talk about it at the time. Like I didn't know about it until later, which is sad, because she had a great career.
Yeah, she was also the yodeling voice for Jessie in Toy Story 2. I think all the South Park female characters.
Yeah, from the beginning until her death.
Like, recently Cartoon Network released a couple of pilots, including the Over the Garden Wall pilot that has not been seen yet so far until now. But one of the other pilots was, which one do you all want to talk about?
This place is bogus. I want to go somewhere I actually fit in.
I assume you're talking about Party Island.
Oh, come on, man. You have to come with me. It's never fun without you.
Well, I do enjoy the occasional journey into your subconscious.
With this key, create a door to take me to your righteous shores. Give us fun where there was none and make reality undone. I command you in the name of 12 Party Island, show yourself! Come on, let's rage!
Right behind you, dude.
There were 3 pilots. One was Forever 12, the other one was Jammers, and the other one was Incest Stories called Riding Bergs.
Riding with Burges.
Yeah.
Riding with Burgers.
The thing about Riding with Burges is this. Okay, so it's the story of this this slacker-looking
David
Spade-looking hillbilly guy who dresses like Jake Long from American Dragon in a way. Like he wants to be black so bad. He gets into space where he's an ambassador for Earth, and all his friends are like one's Mexican, one's black,
and like he's like a Mexican stereotype. It's pretty funny that this isn't like Cartoon Network.
Yeah,
like wow.
The Mexican is just this guy who doesn't speak English. He's like their Boomhauer. He's that character that no one understands, but who doesn't speak English, but everyone understands him, like Boomhauer or Chewbacca, I guess.
He speaks like a high-pitched baby Mexican. It's like...
Oh, God. Thanks. This is my representation. There hasn't been a Mexican cartoon since Mucha Lucha on Cartoon Network, but this totally makes up for it. Oh, yeah, but Birches, he just comes off as really sleazy and dirty to me. Like, I don't like him.
He's like He's inbred, basically. The inbred character.
He comes off as, it seems like something that should have been on like Fox next to Family Guy and Alan Gregory.
Yeah, and get canceled as fast as Alan Gregory.
Yeah, I don't
maybe like 4 episodes, maybe.
Yeah, 6, I think. Because sometimes Fox would order 6 episodes of a show, and that's it. It's just they're just there for like season filler until like American Dad or whatever comes back.
Yeah.
Same with the Napoleon.
They did that with Seinfeld. The first season of Seinfeld was really short, but it's weird. Like people always consider it like a huge insult when you get that few episode pickup.
Yeah,
you know?
that happens. I guess they didn't predict to be so successful.
Well, South Park only got 6, and they thought, because it was an inappropriate cartoon, they're like, we'll just do these 6, and then we'll go off and film Basketball.
Yeah.
Which they had to work on South Park when they weren't shooting. They had to go to their trailer with computers.
Yeah, it's crazy, because like Matt Trey and Stone Parker, or whatever their names were, they were making South Park, but at the same time, they had to make a live-action movie called Basketball.
Because they got cast in that before South Park, but then they sold them. It's one of the few times that a movie's been sold on an animator being in a movie, and because after when they were making it, South Park was huge, and they were huge by default, but it didn't do well. I never saw it, so I don't. They got it because of Cannibal the Musical.
Yeah.
Or no, Orgasmo. That was their big movie.
Oh, wait, did they make the movie, or were they just
Orgasmo and Cannibal? I think they both star in and wrote and directed.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But Orgasmo, I know he's Trey Parker stars in, and they both helped write and direct it.
Yeah, it's really weird to hear their voices because they voice like the adults on South Park, and it's just weird to hear them in live action as actors.
Yeah, it is weird to hear. It's weird. Any voice actor who does like different voices, like Harry Shearer, I still have a weird time hearing him in anything else because I'm like, whoa, Ken Brockman.
I mean, like the 1998 Godzilla American movie, like for some reason had a bunch of Simpsons voice actors in there. I don't know why.
I gotta see that.
I think it's just Hank Azaria and Harry Shearer, right?
Yeah, and I think
Dan Castanella, whatever. Oh, Lisa's in it?
I think so. Or maybe it was Bart's voice. I don't know. I don't remember. Wasn't Lisa in some weird live action movie when she was a child, and it sounds just like Lisa's voice?
Oh, she's in City Slickers in this opening scene where she has to tell her boss that she got pregnant because she used a pregnancy test, and one of the guys. Have you guys seen City Slickers?
No.
Okay, well, one of Billy Crystal's friends like runs a supermarket, and this girl shows up. And it is like telling him that she took a pregnancy test, and it turns out like she's pregnant. But she tells like this party of all this guy's friends and his wife that she's pregnant.
Is Mr. Phil Berquist here?
Can I get you something to drink?
Mr. Berquist, your housekeeper told me where you were. I'm in trouble.
What are you doing here, Nancy? Who's on Register 9?
I don't know what to do.
Ramaki? I don't think this is the time or the place to talk about this.
I'm late.
What?
I missed my period.
Whoops. What?
I was at work and on my break, and I took one of those home pregnancy tests from aisle 11.
The ones on special?
Yes, and it came up blue.
Why is she telling you this, Phil?
Because I'm her boss, and we have a health plan.
Son of a bitch! You screwed this little girl in my father's store.
No!
Nick was in his car.
Oh, Jesus!
And I'm not a little girl. I'm 20.
Get out of this house, you little whore.
Hey! I will not permit you to talk to her that way.
And it's obviously the woman who plays Lisa. And so like the whole time I'm just hearing Lisa's voice telling her supermarket boss she's pregnant is like a little weird. But she had a decent career.
Going back to the pilots, like the other ones were there was this one called Jammers, and this is if you thought like Uncle Grandpa was too tame. Here's something that's basically Pepper Ann on acid. It's fucking deranged as shit, but I love it so much. And everyone hates it. I'm the only person who likes this pilot.
Well, you like Paul Mark Clop too.
No,
so
okay. Paul Blart, Mall Cop 2.
Wrong.
Okay, the first hour of Paul Blart was awful, but like the later 30 minutes were pretty funny. So, it's okay film.
Yeah, you also liked, what what was that show? Was it Problem Solvers or what was the other show? Secret Mountain Fort Awesome.
I like those shows.
I also like Chappie. If you want to fight about that.
Wait, wasn't Problem Solvers had like the really really extreme colors to it? Yeah. Oh, yeah. I have a good story about Problem Solvers.
What?
So every time it would come on, my one cat Buster would like watch it, and then when the theme song would come on, he'd like run in and like sit down on the couch and like watch the show. And it happened like there aren't that many episodes, but it happened in like the first 4. And I'm friends with a few of the people who worked on that, and I Facebook messaged him and was like, look, my cat Buster is really into your show, so I know it's not really going well in terms of reception and all this stuff, but I just thought, maybe that would be encouraging or something. And he was like, "Oh, thanks, man. I don't think anyone else is watching it but your cat Buster." But but so then I messaged this guy. I've publicly outed that my cat watches this show. The next time I watch it, I'm like, "Hey, Buster, you watch this show?" And he's like, "I'm a cat. I don't watch TV. What the fuck's wrong with you?" It's like did not watch any Problem Solvers with me after that. I mean, he was here because he's not going to leave my apartment, but it's like he could have watched the rest, and he was like, "I don't watch Problem Solvers anymore. You made this uncool and mainstream, so I'm not into it." But yeah, my cat watched at least 4 episodes of Problem Solvers, but they're all the reason I knew he could see it is because cats can only see like 3 or 4 colors, and all those colors were always on display on Problem Solvers.
They broke the color spectrum here.
So I bet there were more cats who were into that show. Probably had a big cat audience.
Yeah.
And on that note,
oh yeah, but Jammers, I like Jammers. It just has this stupid frog that follows them around. It's so stupid,
so weird.
Yeah, and the next pilot was 12 Forever, which it's about this girl and who's really crazy and this normal guy who looks like Paleo from the podcast, like Paleo Steel.
Yeah,
it's suspiciously it looks like him. Yeah,
it's him. So, there's no show.
Yeah. So this girl and guy go into this dimension where all their, I don't know, it's basically like Chalk Zone where all this crazy stuff goes on, all these characters are there. Although I kind of feel it came out at the wrong time because the dynamic of the characters is a little similar to Star vs. the Force of Evil. So it's like bad timing it came out. I don't know.
Still gonna do so.
Yeah, a lot of people are really loving it. That's the one part that universally a lot of people loved.
I definitely think it could work if the right network, if Cartoon Network takes it. I think it could at least it'd be something.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it could end up like an American Dragon Juniper Lee situation where it had the same, almost similar concept, but they're still going on around the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah. But other failed pilots, like, I plan on doing another, I guess, top 5 video on pilots, because there's, I don't know, I found so many that I want to talk about desperately, and I don't know, people are going to say, you're running out of ideas. Like, no, I want to talk about this. This fascinates me, because, I don't know, something...
There's so many of them, and you used to not be able to find them ever. Now you can find so many. It's like, because of the internet. Like, there was a comic I read in the 90s that I heard had a pilot, and it just got surfaced, like, this year for Hate. The comic Hate, and they made the pilot's awful, but they made a pilot for it, and I'd read MTV wanted to make a show of it it was like in the 90s, and they made the same guy actually designed the Generation X Coca-Cola drink that never went anywhere.
Those drinks that had like, what did they have on there? It was just like dystopian text on there.
Some design. Actually, I might have the wrong artist. I just wanted to talk about that drink, maybe.
The drink that just had like Obey on it or something.
Yeah, I never had it though. I would be curious if someone had drank it.
And it didn't do well at all. It just bombed.
No, it bombed pretty horribly.
Remember whenever Coke released that holiday edition of regular Coke with the inverse bottle, and people were like, do you have regular Coke? Because it looks so much like a Diet Coke bottle.
It's confusing because like for your entire life, you recognize Coke as this thing in a red can, and then you see this holiday edition of Coke, regular Coke, that comes in a white can. It's like,
oh, I remember that. Yeah,
wait, because like that's really I don't know. That's like breaking what you've known since birth. It's like you can't just change the color like that to a product that's similar to something else. It's like
yeah. Why would that's weird that Coke would even do that?
Yeah, that's a poor design choice.
I think they did it because it had something to do with saving polar bears or something.
Yeah. But yeah,
they lost so much though. It was
a graphic design disaster. Like a lot of people are saying, why not just read the thing? It's like you don't understand how people work. They're not going to read it. They just see it and they're just going to pick it up and think it's Diet Coke. That's it.
Yeah, absolutely. They're not going to, because you've associated a different color scheme. You can't change it. I mean, Coca-Cola was so good at that. It's weird they did that because they're the ones that gave us our modern interpretation of Santa Claus.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no, the reason Santa Claus is the way it is because of Coca-Cola.
Damn.
Yeah.
Like that's not even a joke. It came from other stuff, but they're the reasons it's popularized. It's actually his colors came from, and I'm not joking with you. You're gonna think I'm messing with you, but it's not. It came from a guy who liked to trip on a particular kind of mushroom that was red and white, and that's where Santa Claus is. And one of his visions was, I'm not joking, reindeer flying in the air, and that's where he came up with that. So most of Santa Claus is some dude tripping on mushrooms. That's not a joke. I saw it on one of them.
Oh yeah, and this guy breaks into our house.
Yeah, exactly. Like if you think about it, it's like it sounds like some guy on mushrooms. Like he gives you presents, and then we just like eat a lot of cookies and milk, and like he's just chill. That's all he needs, man. You want to watch Netflix streaming?
I want them to animate that and have Jim be the voice of Santa. Like, yeah, man, yeah, it's a present.
It's just like, can I just chill out and watch your Netflix? Oh, dude, you have not been watching good movies. What's up with that?
You checked out this thing called Bojack? It's crazy.
It's like deep, but not really.
Episode 11, that'll mess you up.
It's so deep.
Oh, man. How come they only have Land Before Time sequels? I'm gonna watch part 7. I'm kind of into it. And you're just like, Santa, don't you have other presents? I go, after Land Before Time 7, bro. After Land Before Time 7. Life can stop. Littlefoot needs to go to the Great Valley with Sarah and the rest of them. I don't know the continuity. I'm like really high on mushrooms right now.
There is no continuity to that garbage. Oh.
What if, I've always wondered, what if I watched them and I was like, man, you think they're worse, but number 5 really picks up. It's like the best one. Probably not, though. No. Probably not.
We've been looking for someone like you for a very long time. The future is running out. You have to come with us to change it.
Why me?
He thinks you could fix the future.
You wanted to see Tomarrow Land. Here it comes. Tomarrow Land. Rated PG.
So you're talking about Tomarrow Land?
No, I would skip it. Just see San Andreas, the Grand Theft Auto movie.
I don't know, like, who's the animation in the intro by? Did they say?
I actually don't know, but it did look like something he could have done. Oh. I don't know. I didn't check.
Does it look like Iron Giant?
Mm-hmm.
That style?
A little bit, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know. It was like it's kind of a bummer. Like, it's like you want to watch a summer movie and see a bunch of explosions and stuff, and it just didn't fit with that.
Was it at least directed well?
Some parts, but the action sequences weren't as well directed as usual. It was like, I was very disappointed.
No.
And I was like, and I'm a huge Brad Bird fan. I've never disliked anything he's ever done. So it's a little surprising.
Someone else wrote the script, I'm aware.
Oh wait.
He helped write it. Brad Bird helps redevelop anything he's worked, because Ratatouille and Ghost Protocol he didn't develop, and same with this one, like, because he's credited as a screenwriter also.
Well, maybe it was like, I don't know, Disney's idea, and he was like, okay, I
feel like you're like, everybody's like trying to be like, well, maybe it wasn't him. Let's not, come on, please, please, it's not Brad Bird. Come on. I'm like, guys, there's a certain point where like I've done that before with directors where I'm like, okay, I'll let them have this one and then the next one. I did that with Peter Jackson until I saw Lovely Bones. After that I was like, no, fuck you, Peter Jackson. Like I was like, look, King Kong, you get a pass because you did Lord of the Rings. But then when I saw Lovely Bones, I was like, no, fuck you. I just can't, like, I don't know. I'm hoping Gendy can get off of this whole Hotel Transylvania thing in the same way. Like, he'll get better. But Hotel Transylvania wasn't so bad.
You know, it's like, you know, you're just like, come on, Elysium wasn't so bad. I mean, maybe Chappie will be better.
But Brad Bird, I don't know. More of what it's saying upset me more than maybe the movie.
Message?
The messages of it are like extremely, if you really go into them and start thinking about them, they're kind of disturbing. And it's like
movies messages?
Tomorrow Land.
Oh.
It's just like if you really think about them, you're just like, oh, that's disturbing. And he uses a lot of tropes he's done with his other movies, and then it made me like, now you've made me feel bad about your director trademarks. I hate you.
Like what?
Like just the whole idea of like all his movies are about exceptional people.
Yeah.
And this is a movie about exceptional people, but he's basically like acting like if you're exceptional, you're therefore like kind of better than everyone else.
I mean, that was kind of the message of Incredibles in a way.
It was, but I don't think it came off as dicky and as like presumptive and as like I'm better than the guy who's the janitor just because I have created something. And it's like I'm not saying he's not a great talent, but it's like that someone like feels that way so much doesn't like kind of creeps me out a little, you know. It's a little it is a tiny bit of fascist.
Yeah.
Too. So it's like I don't know. But there's just
gonna suck.
It's just like it wants to be like a really smart brainy movie, but then when you get into it you're like I feel gross now. Thanks a lot.
I'll see.
Oh, and all the Disney stuff is cut out. So there's no mentions of Walt Disney. There's no mentions of a Disney park in it. But then when I left the movie, I Instagrammed it yesterday. They gave me a made Disneyland ticket for Tomorrowland. So I don't know why they cut all that stuff out because it's like it's really confusing. Like what? So what is this about then?
I mean, it seems like something that should be some sort of inspiring Disney movie, like Meet the Robinsons in a way.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just I don't know. It's no Fury Road.
Nothing is.
Hey,
it's not even
watch Book of Life.
It's not even as good as Age of Ultron.
Oh. So questions. If anybody has a question, be sure to
don't ask us.
Be sure to put it the comments on this video, and we'll answer them in the next podcast.
Important thing. Remember, Google exists. So
no one won't.
One at a time.
Oh, sorry. You go. Sorry.
Remember, viewers, there's Google. You can use Google to answer your questions. So.
It was like, or you can use Pan's guest book on his tripod site. That's another acceptable way to ask questions.
No one knows what a tripod site is anymore.
If someone has one of those and has a guest book, I would love that.
I mean, have you seen how awful Tara Strong's official website is? Like, I'm pretty sure that has a guest book.
Yeah.
Oh, please. I'm going on there right now. Like, please have a guest book I can sign. Because, okay, in the 90s and early 2000s, people had websites, and they didn't really have comments, so you just, like, the only way you can post a comment was sign a guest book. And, I'm not finding it. Darn. Damn, it hasn't been updated in...
Is as old as Space Jam.
It hasn't been updated since 2012. Huh, that's so sad, but it looks like it's from the 90s. Jeez. But yeah. Be sure to start your question with the word question, and so it's easier to find. And let me just answer this one first. I record the podcast using a Mac program called ScreenFlow. First question.
What's the true religion?
Mike Villanova. Mike Villanova asks, question, Pan, what do you think of rotoscoping in animation movies /shows /music videos?
What do you think?
Is it art, or is it a bunch of shitty fucking lazy assholes?
Well,
Was that actually the question?
Well, I added the shitty, lazy assholes part.
Well, look. It's not Disney did it, the Fleischers did it. Rotoscope's been around for a long time, but it's not lazy. It's just like a different kind of way to do it, you know? I don't know. I don't think it's lazy. Yeah. But it is like Ralph Bakshi did it a lot. Like Fire and Ice is like he shot footage with actors to be rotoscoped. So, I mean, there's different ways around it. And there was that Kanye West video for Heartless that was rotoscoped. Like, people still do it. I think it looks kind of cool, but it's like, I kind of prefer the other way, to be honest. But I don't think it's that. You really think it's lazy?
Oh, no. Well, let me explain what rotoscoping is. Basically, it's you get live action footage and then someone draws over it and traces over it as a cartoon. And I love that style, but a lot of people, there's a big debate saying, like, is it art or is it just tracing? It's not animating. Which they're still drawing input into it.
Well, you still got to make it. Yeah, you still got to make it look good. It's just a different way to animate. That's all.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of scenes in Snow White were rotoscoped, like.
Yeah.
But they weren't realistically rotoscoped. Like they rotoscoped it in the realistic way, and then they had another artist draw over that and rotoscoped it again to make it more cartoon stylized and Disney style.
Yeah, they've done
I
it
have
like
no opinion over this because I am a woman.
What?
What?
I said I have no opinion over this because I am a woman.
Where'd that come from?
Yeah, what?
I don't know. When I don't know about something stupid, honestly, I've had a cold this whole time. Whenever I have a cold, stupid stuff.
What the fuck does that have to do with anything?
I'm sorry, it was an accident.
What was that shit about Vietnam?
Oh, dude, I'm sorry.
What the fuck? Does anything have to do with Vietnam?
I don't know. When I don't know about something and when I have a cold, I say shitty stuff.
It's like if people were having a discussion, it's like, I'm a Mexican. I don't know these. I don't care about this topic. Like,
honestly, I'm surprised I haven't got kicked out of my job yet when I'm this week because I've been so sick. Stupidest shit that's come out of my mouth this week.
So stupid. That added nothing to the conversation. What the fuck? But the rotoscope movies that I do like, I think visually I liked a Scanner Darkly. Starring,
oh yeah, that was cool.
Starring Keanu Reeves.
Yeah, and Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah, before Iron Man.
And Waking Life does the same thing.
Yeah, I think that probably had to been like the most, I guess, fanciest looking rotoscoping I've ever seen. Because I remember like they were having troubles, like they had to push a trailer out and they had to like rush to finish certain scenes just to have it for the trailer.
Oh really?
Yeah, I think it was like Warner Brothers, one of their independent movies or something, like their weird, some different division.
Because Waking Life did pretty well, because Waking Life was first. It's by Richard Linklater, who did Boyhood recently, and Waking Life, that one, like, I can't imagine that movie was really that good without the animation. Mm-hmm. But Scanner Darkly, it seemed to work a lot better. But Waking Life, every time I watch it, I'm like, this movie would be boring as shit if it wasn't rotoscoped, you know? I mean, like, imagine, because that whole thing was shot and edited with the live action footage, and then they rotoscoped it, and it's like, thank God you did, because I can't imagine sitting through that movie without the cool visuals.
Yeah, I'm really curious. Like, I wish there was a way to watch these rotoscope movies, but the entire thing, but without the rotoscoping, like, see what it looks like without the animation.
Yeah.
That'd be interesting to watch.
I mean, I'm sure it would be weird to watch, because I mentioned Fire and Ice, the Ralph Bakshi. It's a Ralph Bakshi, Frank Frazetta like, they both worked on it. And they shot, like, all this stuff with all the main characters are played by actors who, like, they shot on sets. And they actually wore the costumes from Fire and Ice, which is, like, pretty ridiculous, because it's, like, bikinis and stuff. Like, that would be a bizarre movie to watch.
Yeah.
Or like a Planet of the Apes movie, but you see what the people look like as the apes when they rotoscope. Well, that's not rotoscope, that's motion capture.
Everything without the magic. Like, someone needs to get, like, I don't know, like, the Avengers or something. Like, make a separate DVD where it's the entire Avengers movie, but without any CGI. It's the exact same movie, but no CGI, so it's just nothing but green screens and people in stupid mocap suits.
They did that for... what was it when that studio, they're doing the I guess, protests because that studio was going out of business.
Oh, yeah.
And they had the footage they showed pictures of Life of Pi, and it's this kid with like basically a stuffed animal tiger. And you're like, oh my God.
Pre-CG, this is how it was done.
Yeah, they showed a couple others, but the Life of Pi one was kind of funny because that movie's like pretty much all CG except for the kid.
I kind of consider rotoscoping in the same way mocap is for CG, because people don't consider that like real acting. Like, who's that guy who plays the
Andy Serkis?
Andy Serkis, yeah. Like
he's so good as in mocap.
Yeah, but so many like pretentious art people say that's not real acting.
Well, people say that, but like anytime, like when Andy Serkis, he was in the Avengers for just that one scene, like he never looks or acts the same in any movie. Like he has a real, you have to have it's a physical presence, and that's part of acting. And when people say that, I always go, well, you know, you don't really understand what acting is if you think, I don't know. But Andy Serkis is actually brought in, like he was both an actor in the Avengers, and he had to advise Mark Ruffalo how to act for motion capture. Like he's an advisor now for a lot of movies for motion capture, because he's like considered the best motion capture actor ever. Because he was King Kong, he was Caesar, he was Gollum.
Bunch of assholes who don't know art. Also, the same with the people who think voice acting is easy. Like, fuck them.
No, I like when people are like, yeah, voice acting is like, just say it a bunch of times, go home.
Oh, God.
You don't even know.
Do a funny voice, you know.
I go to work with my pajamas. That's literally every single voice actor interview ever.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
I'm the actual voice actor in this place. I've been paid for my work. Let me tell you, it was not easy rising where I am. It was not.
Is rotoscoping that part of that one movie, Mars Need Moms or whatever?
Well, that's mocap suits.
Oh, yeah. Fuck that shit.
It's kind of the CG equivalent of rotoscoping.
Absolutely.
Question. Only a man says, question, can you talk about Lego Batman? Can you? Next question.
Yeah, can you? Why you gotta ask us?
Yeah, why do you ask us, huh?
Yeah.
Don't forget to ask us questions under the phrase question.
Fuck yourself.
Can you talk here? He was in the Lego movie. That was a good movie. Will Arnett was a good voice. They're going to make a movie about it. Did you mean the video game? What else did they mean? I don't.
That man was kind of a douche.
I don't know. Block this guy.
Blocked. Fucking blocked to hell. Fuck you.
Oh, I bet that kid was like all excited. He goes, man, I can't wait to get home on Tuesday and listen to the Pan Pizza podcast. Hear them answer my question. Man, life's been rough. I got humiliated at school today. My mom won't even talk to me. And then I'm going to hear my question. Hopefully this will curb my lifelong depression and turn around my life. And then he hears this. He goes, never mind.
Fucking suffer misery.
Then he gets into metal and starts wearing all black, and then he goes through a weird teenage period of rebelling against the world, but then he realizes he has nothing left to fight for and becomes an accountant in the Midwest and has a couple kids. And then after his kids go to college, he eventually has a midlife crisis and buys a convertible, and then he leaves his wife for a younger woman who doesn't really respect him, and then he dies of a heart attack at 64.
After all of that huge adventure that he went to, he had like nightmares of us just reading that question and making fun of
It's
him.
all because of Pan.
Suck it.
I really thought while I was doing that someone was going to stop me.
No, I didn't want it to stop. I wanted to know this life.
I was in it for the journey, man.
The ride never ends.
I like this character.
That's actually that's what was on his tombstone. The ride never ends, because he loved riding his convertible around the Midwest in Ohio.
I think this kid becomes a YouTube star.
Yeah.
I want to know what the kid who I just did his whole life thinks of that. That's pretty freaky what I just did to that guy. I'm sorry, whoever's question
that kid is gonna grow up to be he was Incredible, and now he's gonna grow up to be Syndrome from The Incredible.
Wait, what's the username?
Oh, where was it?
I don't want to know the username. Don't say the username.
Only a man.
Only a man?
Podcast.
Yeah, he was only a man, not yet.
He wasn't a man, he was a boy.
He was only a man who drove a convertible in the Midwest.
Exactly.
Listening to Def Leppard, he was like, Rock of Ages, and he turned it up. Actually, this isn't a story, but I saw this once. I was like walking in New York, and I saw this bald guy in a nice car smoking a huge cigar, blasting Def Leppard, and I was like, man, I don't know that guy at all, but he has life figured out. Like he's just like, fuck you. I'm smoking a cigar, blasting Def Leppard, didn't care about it. He was like, Photograph is an awesome song. Next question.
One only way to live. Yeah, whoops. Sorry, not answering your question at all. Okay. Whew.
Yeah. Sorry we didn't answer your question. We just told you what your whole life was going to be like.
The music. Action.
Twilight in Paris, city of lights, everything I hoped it would be. Twilight in Paris, the Eiffel Tower, but your face is the only thing I see. The only thing I see. I visit Montmartre, but I'm lost in a dream, and you're the one I'm dreaming of. I must be in love.
Okay, next question. Zoom Zam from space. Question. What shows do you find to have the best original songs, and do you ever listen to the songs from cartoons outside of watching the show, like when you're at work? Also, you guys probably hear this a lot, but thank you so much for the podcast. For the past couple of months, I've been struggling with depression and anxiety issues, and this podcast has made me happy on the shittiest days, and has made me laugh no matter how bad I feel. Thanks, smiley face.
Jim, do not talk.
I was about to be like, I'm so glad I did not do that bit on this question. Wow. Well, thank you for watching. What was their name?
Zoom Zam from space.
That's a pretty fucking awesome name, I have to say. You won in the YouTube naming contest.
Yeah, but did you listen to any songs? Do you like any original songs from cartoons?
I like the JEM music, actually. I like all that 80s stuff. I like I don't know.
It's painfully 80s. Yeah.
It is painfully 80s. I like Twilight in Paris because it was when I was into JEM, it was the summer of Midnight in Paris, and I kept thinking like someone should just change the title of this to be like Midnight in Paris instead of Twilight in Paris.
Yeah.
But I've listened to that one. I don't know. I've listened to a bunch of. I can't think of any of. Well, the Cowboy Bebop soundtrack was like that was like all of sophomore year of college for me. It was playing that a lot.
Yeah, like I think some of my favorite original songs from a cartoon are "Hey Arnold." All the songs are available online. It's by this composer named Jim Lang. Yeah, just look up "Hey Arnold" soundtrack. There's so many good ones. It's mostly jazz lounge music that they would use. Yeah.
Oh, banging on a trash can.
Oh yeah.
Drumming on a streetlight.
From Doug.
Or Happy Happy Joy Joy. I listened to a lot as a kid. I love
man.
Nice.
Oh, I mean, you just hear that weird song from a cartoon, and it's just all these obscure lyrics, and like, what is this? And I want to find the full version of it. Like Courage had a lot of those.
Or Adventure Time's had some good songs.
I wish they released the soundtracks to like Samurai Jack or Courage, but like Steven Universe, like they release all their songs, and there's a lot of good original songs in the background.
One of the shows that has a pretty good soundtrack, Generator Rex. I actually contacted the guy who made the music, Kevin Manthe. He also made the music for Invader Zim, Shaolin Showdown, and some superhero movies like a lot of Marvel direct-to-DVD movies. I mean, DC direct-to-DVD movies. Mm-hmm. And he gave me lists of the songs, like Straight Outta Luck, the song from Badlands, Fallen Down by Fallen Down in Reverse from Rabble. Generator Rex had this really awesome rock soundtrack, and a lot of the songs were they had to edit some of them for television, but a lot of the songs were really, really good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The Mastodon song from the Aqua Teen movie. I like that song. Or actually, I saw Death Clock live, and I had the album, so I listened to that a lot.
Oh yeah, also Home Movies had a lot of good songs by Brendan Small, because he also made Death Clock Well, one of the people who made that.
Oh, the Kafka musical is one of my favorites.
Yeah. Ken, you have a favorite song from a show?
No, songs are gay.
Oh, okay. Thanks for nothing.
That was good. That was good. I didn't see that coming.
Oh, no. Yeah, let's go into the next question then. Satoshi Takio Speed Painter. Question: which website is more better for artists like myself to be noticed, Tumblr or DeviantArt? They're both horrible. Also, is there any chance I could join your podcast, Pansen? I don't know you. Who are you?
No more guests. We're done.
Pansen, do not deny this boy.
Well, okay, to answer your question, like, I say Tumblr, since if you put on DeviantArt, the thing is kind of isolated there, but on Tumblr, if you tag it, because if you have to tag it you can only give it 5 tags. The rest they will not work in the search. But like if you tag it, people will eventually find it and can like reblog it and spread it around better. And so
I mean, it depends on what you're doing. Just make sure you tag yourself. Just consider it 4 tags. That isn't whatever your artist name is.
We'll tag it like what the subject is. Like I don't know, Teen Titans, Raven, stuff.
Yeah.
Like that.
Like things that you post.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you post it, like people are into that stuff, search for a while, and you don't know how everyone's, I think, had posts on Tumblr that suddenly just explode and you don't know why. And it's because of the search. Tumblr is one of the biggest image search engines on the internet now, I think. So
really?
Yeah, so just, you should Tumblr is better to, like, market your stuff.
Yeah, because, like, I don't know, like, the creator of Chowder and Harvey Beaks recommends Tumblr over DeviantArt now, and I heard several other people do.
I mean, you could do both. I don't see why.
Yeah, you could do both. You could do that.
You could just do both.
Yeah.
You could just mail your paintings to people, and maybe one of them will be somebody.
Or you can just do nothing. That's also an option.
Well, you could always do nothing. You can always do nothing, kids. Don't let your parents tell you can't do nothing, because you can always do it.
Yeah, show them. Yeah.
Show them. Lay on your couch, listen to the Pizza Party podcast, and be like, "Shut up, Mom. I'm doing nothing."
Yeah.
Jim told me to.
Yeah, same. Jim told me to.
Lyra-chan, question: if you could live in any video game, anime, movie, or cartoon universe, what universe would it be in?
This question was already asked.
Did we? I don't think so. Not on the podcast. No.
I would live in the Pizza Party podcast universe.
There's nothing here. It's just there's no visuals. It's just audio.
Wow. Oh, okay.
We just stand still in the same place without moving.
Oh, you know what? I would live in Tomarrow Land.
But you said that movie's a pilot.
No, I was joking. I don't know. I would probably just live in the first Clerks movie, but not the second one. Just the first.
There's no color in this universe.
But it looks kind of cool. I could just show up and rent movies. And
oh yeah, a land where VHS is still a thing. I mean, you can also go into the Be Kind Rewind universe.
That's true. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. What would you guys pick?
I pick like a Jet Set Radio. Any place that's like a city, a colorful, bright city. Sunset Overdrive, something like that. Megas XLR. Well, maybe not that because the city will get destroyed every week.
I have no idea.
Oh, I wish we talked about the Megas XLR pilot because I love that pilot so much.
I'll talk about it now. 5 seconds. Go.
Okay, it was really Megas XLR was a really cool pilot. These guys find a robot in a junkyard, and it was really cool. Yeah, I mean, these guys find a giant robot in the junkyard, and they program it to do like Street Fighter moves and like shoot flames or whatever, and they painted hot rod flames on it. It's like. They don't. It was fun. They just didn't give a shit. I love that show.
Destroyed everything.
Yeah.
Destruction.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. Regular Show's universe is also cool because that's my. I don't know.
Oh, I would live there. I'm with that.
Any universe that's filled with VHS tapes, I'll take.
Yeah, or that Laserdisc battle episode was pretty amazing.
Like, no kid is going to understand that unless they knew what a Laserdisc was.
I like that connecting to the internet would have destroyed everything.
I love when Regular Show just gets this, like, very specific on their humor on, like, yeah, you have to understand what this is to get it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You guys have ones?
Not really, no. I know. Dragon Ball, so I can die and come back to life and die again because Goku's a shitty ass hero.
Yeah, fuck you, Goku.
He's a shit.
Failed us.
Let the world fucking blow up again. Why don't you?
Goku, why? I trusted you. Oh, and I guess one last question we can do. Wait, you got one AceHero?
Well, yeah, you gonna pass me up? Oh, yeah. I picked Mega Man Battle Network. It's my favorite video game series, and honestly, just being able to actually jump into the computers, I don't know. It's like it's kind of like Sword Art Online, but like, you know,
less incest.
Yeah, a lot less incest.
Hang on, let me just say the main bad guy in Sword Art Online Season 2 is the bad guy. One of the bad guys is named Death Gun.
Oh.
Death Gun.
But the gunshot send you to the Shadow Realm, right?
Death Gun.
Whoa.
Is that all you're going to say the rest of the podcast?
I can't, like, why would you fucking... I mean, maybe it sounded cooler in Japanese, but, like, Death Gun.
Death Gun.
Death Gun.
Like, you might as well call your character Murder Face.
Kill bad guy.
Kill guy.
You know, I could have said Kill a Kill. I could be naked all the time and nobody cares.
It'd be cool there because Death Gun would make sense because everything there is so ridiculous. Well, I forget what you were saying, Ace. Oh yeah, Battle Network on Mega Man.
Still a really good video game. It was underrated, and honestly, there's no incest. But I mean, if you wanted to, you could maybe do it with a virtual computer program.
Yeah, well. Hey, I just realized your name, AceHero, like your name is, you know, there's now a show named AceHero Part-Time Hero.
No, that's Pen Zero.
Oh, damn it. I thought it was the same thing.
Fuck you, do not put me with that.
Oh. I saw one episode, I thought it was really clever, the President episode, whatever, but hey, one last question. Not Chuck Productions. Question, what are some of the dumbest things your school made you do, and what was the worst field trip you've gone on?
One answer to both questions. Shrek the Musical.
Oh, you really have Shrek the Musical at your school?
No, I was just because I heard kids had to do that. No, what I did anytime towards the end of school, they'd make you go to a pool party, which basically meant you'd be stuck outside at a pool with everyone from school. And in 5th grade, it sucked. And then like every end of the year, they would make us do this. So then one year I preemptively said I had to go to a wedding like 4 months ahead of time. And I like got out of it and I faked sick and I got to stay home. And then my parents found out like that night that I had planned out avoiding this pool party. But it worked. So believe in something, kids.
Yeah, I think one of the stupid things my school had us do is like, I think it was pointless busy work, but did anyone ever have to do like crossword puzzles?
Yeah.
Those things where it's like a bunch of letters and you need to find words in them. It was so stupid. Like for Spanish class, we had to do that. It was like, why are we doing this? Why are we forced? Why do we have to complete doing this? Because I hated this.
I hate unnecessary busy work. And then when you call them out on it, they'd always be like, no, this is important. And then they just start sounding like the Peanuts from the Peanuts parents, you know. There was one time they were like, well, if you don't go on the ski trip, you can stay with us and learn about Annapolis. And I was like, that sounds like the most worst thing ever. I just imagine that Simpsons joke where it was the Simpsons Krusty the Clown trading cards. It goes, Krusty visits relatives at Annapolis, Maryland.
Oh, I just think, but when someone says bad field trips, I just think of the trip to the box factory in The Simpsons.
Oh, yeah.
And where people thought
Bart
died.
But then at the end, Bart can answer like what kind of box it is. Remember, he's like, oh, that's a corrugated number 35 box.
But it worked out because he ended up on the Krusty Show as that kid who broke shit.
Oh, yeah. I didn't do it.
That was it. Yeah. Do you guys have any other ones?
I do. I don't know about Ken.
I don't know.
How was your school?
Okay, so it wasn't what they made me do, but what's the stuff we could do? Because it was a small school. We had nothing to do. They started taking away stuff that we could do, like phones and stuff like that. And I mean, it was a small school, maybe 25, 30 kids. Basically, we got so bored one day, we broke all the kiddie toys because it was also a daycare. Then we got so bored that we found giant weeds growing, like these giant bamboo-like leaves, weeds. And we literally just went, whop, whop, and started whipping each other with them.
Yeah.
And then when they said to stop doing that, then we took the straws from our lunch and started smacking each other with those, we were smacking each other with them for no reason until they told us to stop doing that. Then one day they told us to, a couple of us had to stay past school because of the aftercare and all that shit. And then me and my cousin versus 2 other kids started a pinecone war across the parking lot.
Wait, people did pinecone wars? That's a thing that people did?
Oh, it was yeah. Like we had a broken down basketball goal, and the other guys had a dumpster. So they were hiding behind that, and I had a plastic bat. So as they were throwing them, I was knocking them back, and my cousin was hitting them every time. We barely got touched. And then when we ran out of pine cones, we started using rocks.
What the fuck?
Yeah, and then here's the funny part. We had little to no coverage, and I'm just knocking the rocks back with a bat. Then my cousin takes a big, flat, sharded rock, and he skips it all the way across the parking lot. And when it hits the dumpster, it bounces right under, hits the bottom of the dumpster, and explodes. And then you hear them going, ow, 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 guys. Those guys were so...
What the fuck?
They had cuts everywhere.
Fuck. Oh,
it was hilarious.
Ken, do you have one thing?
No.
Oh, well, school is stupid. I guess this is the end of the podcast, everyone. Who are you people?
Hi, I'm Jim.
Hi, I'm Shing Shang. Prepare yourself for Rush Hour 6.
Oh, yeah.
This time with dicks.
Ah, shit, I could have said Gurren Lagann. I'm Ace the Whim Rider.
Yeah, goodbye, Ace. Yeah.
And I'm Rebecca Sugar and Emily at the same time. It's me. I was secretly Rebecca Sugar the whole time.
Oh, God.
Steven Universe Season 2 starts this summer, fuckers.
Wake me up.
Wake me up inside.
Can't wake up.
Wake me up inside.
Save me.
Call my name and save me from the dark.
Wake me up.
Bid my blood to run.
Can't wake up.
Before I come undone.
Save me.
Save me from the nothing I've become.